Ta-da-ta-da!
Yo, good evening, friends. What is up? What's up, Manic? Final Fantasy... Fantal Fantasy the Night? Yeah. Thank you so much for subscribing for 6 months, dude. I really appreciate that very much. What's up, Dominic? Yes, Kuja. Tonight is Kuja. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just... I'm gonna go in, because I like this. This is the music I want. But yeah, hi everyone. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I've just been having lots of busy days lately, and today was no different, really. What's up, Cold Rolled? Oh, Cold Rolled Steel. Glad you're here. Well, you know what. Yeah, I did manage to get the week-long deals finally put together. Now that we're like over halfway through the week, I'm gonna put that up tomorrow morning. Seems kind of silly to put it up like 10 p.m. on a Thursday, so 8 a.m. on a Friday makes a lot more sense for something like that. Yeah, lots of good deals. If you don't have Cogmind or Synthetic or a bunch of other roguelikes too are in them right now, so that's cool. So yeah, what's up, Justin Brett? How you doing? Okay, so I got some stuff in the mail today. Well, I'm gonna mention this one first because I want you guys to know. What's up, Toast? Feel bad that you just can't get into Cogmind. It's a super crunchy game, is the thing. And it's got a very different structure from other roguelikes. Like, the whole use it and lose it concept of it takes a lot of getting used to. I'm still getting used to it myself, so. Okay, I don't think Smokey's here yet, but I want you guys to understand something. I want you to understand just how committed I am to these requests of yours when you put them in. I take every request I get very seriously. And just so we're clear, this is how seriously I take them. Yeah. We'll be playing the genuine article sometime eventually. It's up Loja High at some point. I brought everyone out of the woodwork. Like, no, he fucking did. Yeah, he did. Oh, he did. He spent money on this. Yes, he did. But that was not my announcement, Loja High. That was not my announcement. For I got something else in the mail today that I am insanely excited about, and it means a lot of cool stuff for our streams coming up. And I'm glad our friend Cold Rolled Steel is here, because he's responsible for this one. Actually, he contacted me a little while ago, and let me know that he had a number of games that he wasn't planning on making any use of anytime soon, and asked if I was interested in them. The glitter bomb go off? No, I managed to defuse it. I had a feeling about you, so I opened with extreme prejudice. So I got a bunch of games in the mail today. A bunch of games. A whole lot of games, in fact. So our dear friend Cold Rolled Steel has provided me, yeah. So if you guys are cool, if you're not too excited for the Kuja action that's coming tonight, I want to go through them with you real quick, so you know what we're going to be able to do in the future. So let's see. There it is. My kids were going through these a bit earlier, so I had them all nicely organized, and I knew exactly how I was going to show them to you. And then they went, play the cards, but show us these cards first. Of course, I'm excited about Kuja. She's so pretty. All right, so we have a couple of handheld games that we'll be able to play when we get the Analog Pocket, or possibly sooner if you guys are really excited. Zelda, Four Swords. Camera, where do you want this? Camera, does it help to get really close? Oh my god, it does. Oh my god, this camera's actually better than I thought it was. Yeah, Zelda Four Swords. We have Sean Palmer's Snowboarder. I think a pro snowboarder, excuse me. I guess Cold Rolled Steel is a fan of snowboarding. The only snowboarding games I've played really are the SSX games, so yeah, more Zelda always welcome. Super Mario Advance. So now I have Super Mario Advance 1 and Advance 4, if we're interested in that. All right, he sent me some Game Boy games, and I think these are probably ones that you guys are going to be pretty excited about. Let me see if I can get them in my meat paws here. Here we go. I have lots of Pokemon now. I actually own Pokemon. So sometime we will do Pokemon. Lots of Pokemon, in fact. Yeah, there's the good stuff. Well, remember, Pokemon is mostly unknown to me. I never got into these games as a kid, so to me, the good stuff is yet to come. Let's see what else we got. A bunch of interesting Game Boy games here. I got some Yoshi's Cookie. I think you guys know that. I think I have a version of this on the Switch as well. If only you knew someone who's basically a walking Pokemon encyclopedia, Cough. To note, you can only have one save on those, so if your girls start playing them, you may not be able to play the same one without deleting them. That's fine. I mean, I've got 4 of them, so even my wife can get on it. Dr. Mario. Never actually played the Game Boy Dr. Mario, but we have it now. Super RC Pro-Am for your racing needs. It's a reason for justifiable homicide. Home Alone. I remember that there was a Home Alone game on the NES and the SNES, but not on Game Boy. I didn't remember that one at all. I only have Dr. Luigi. Game Boy Batman. I have always wanted to play Game Boy Batman and see how it stacks up against NES Sunsoft Batman. So this is cool. I'm pretty excited about this. And Wario Blast. Let's see what happens to viewership when you make this an old Nintendo Kart channel, son. I know, right, Library Man? How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see everyone. Actually not familiar with Wario Blast. I'm wondering how similar it is to Wario's Woods, in fact. Alright, so that's that. Now we have Super Nintendo games. Let's see, we've got Jurassic Park, which, if I remember from Nintendo Power, is actually pretty cool. It actually has some rather interesting sections. I think this one has first-person sections, or am I getting that mixed up with the Genesis one? Oh, I know. I've been so busy lately. I know, but Dominic, tell her I will. I promise. I don't mean to disappoint. Bust-A-Move. Never played a lot of Bust-A-Move. Alright, we got some Super Mario All-Stars. We also have this on the Switch, but it's nice to have the genuine article and play it on actual hardware. There is a small difference. If I have a choice... Alright, I'm still looking into getting Paperboy for NES, because that was actually requested. But now we have Paperboy 2 on Super Nintendo. What's up, Satellite Sun? For anyone coming in late, our dear friend Cold Rolled Steel sent me a huge chunk of games for us to stream sometime, so I'm very excited. This is Radical Psycho Machine Racing. You guys know this one? Have you ever heard of this? I don't even know. I'm not even sure I've ever heard of this. I mean, if it wasn't Nintendo Power, I didn't hear about it. Paperboy 2 to answer all the burning questions left at the end of it. Paperboy, it does look rad, doesn't it? Yoshi's Safari. This is a Super Scope game, and I do not have a Super Scope. Getting a Super Scope at some point is a low priority, but it is a priority. Kirby's Dream Course. Said by some to be the best Kirby game of all. I also have this on the Switch, but again, always better to have the actual hardware. Donkey Kong Country, the original, the best golf game. Animaniacs. I never played the Animaniacs game, but oh my god, I loved Animaniacs when I was a kid. So Super Scope is a very weird peripheral. And I feel like somebody back in the 90s was going around shopping that design to people, because the Genesis also had a very similar one, except it had like a binocular scope on it, and you held it more like an assault rifle than a bazooka. Star Fox, of course. I asked Cold Rolled Steel if there were any games from this lot that he wanted me to prioritize in streaming, and he said Star Fox. I know we streamed a little bit of the Switch version, but I think this is a good excuse to, like, go through the game. Do a barrel roll. OG Street Fighter 2. Which I actually used to play with my roommate in college. And then this one, this is the one I'm really excited about, honestly. I was thinking about picking this up. It compared to its larger peers, it's not as expensive or difficult to grab right now, but I mean, this just makes it immediately accessible. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I have very fond memories of this game. We were just talking about it last night. So yeah. So y'all thank Cold Rolled Steel for that. Baby's first Final Fantasy. It's cute, and it has some interesting features that I honestly wish had filtered into other RPGs. Now the thing is, that wasn't even what I wanted to announce to y'all. Because I said that I was going to show you something that would have huge implications for our future streaming, correct? See, that wasn't all that Cold Rolled Steel sent me. Cold Rolled Steel also sent me a ton of N64 games. So now I have an actual N64 collection. I know, dude. I know. Yeah. All of a sudden, we have a significant chunk of the N64 library available to us. And I mean, this is significant, honestly. I mean, look, OG Smash Brothers, let's see, Star Fox 64. Do you see a gold cartridge? Did you see a gold cartridge? I think you actually saw two. I can play these now. I can stream the original Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Bunch of Mario games. Mario Golf. What else is in here? There's a lot of really interesting stuff in here, too. I mean, GoldenEye is an obvious classic. And how appropriate that there was just the leak of the remake. Gex 64 to go along with GoldenEye there. What else we got here? Oh my god, if those do not get on the list somewhere, I'll go to your house and steal them to stream myself. What blackmail did you have on Cold Rolled Steel? Automobili Lamborghini. Bomberman Hero. Said this before, the song is a total rip-off of the themes from Lovejoy, I'm telling you. Command & Conquer. I did not realize that they ported Command & Conquer to the N64. I think I might have stopped reading Nintendo Power at that point. Beetle Adventure Racing? Oh my god, Quest 64. I think y'all have actually warned me away from that. Mario Party. Play Mario Party by myself. Mario Party 3. Can play several Mario Parties by myself. Let's see. Did I show you 1080 snowboarding? And Bomberman 64? Oh, we're not done yet. Mario Tennis. Diddy Kong Racing. Mario 64. I mean, of course, Mario 64 has to be in there, but I have that on the Switch too. Lots of games in the 64 series on this console. Funny, isn't it? Yoshi's Story. Actually, always wanted to play this one. Low-key. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. If I remember correctly, Tino really likes this one. I think this is one of his favorite Star Wars games. And I'm going to trust anybody's opinion on Star Wars games. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I think I have the Steam port of that, and it's kind of terrible. Shadows of the Empire. Oh my god, I was obsessed with this game when I was a kid. I beat it multiple times. I found all the secrets. I did all the cheat codes. I did everything in this game, and it was agonizing because it's not actually that good of a game. Taitsu said to be enticed with $50 to play Quest 64 and still probably regretted it. Don't bother unless you play the first 63 games. Perfect Dark. Never played Perfect Dark. Huge GoldenEye fan. Never played Perfect Dark. And the Piece de Resistance. I'm sure y'all are really, really excited about this one. Yay! Do you have the memory expansion so you can actually play Perfect Dark? Okay, so bit of a wrinkle in this story. So now I have a ton of N64 games. I don't have an N64. I have to get an N64 now. And you're legit excited. It's fun to see you so happy. I mean, this is like... Okay, so like getting NES games that I never really played or I only saw, Super Nintendo games, that's exciting. This right here, I miss this. Like, I missed this period of gaming entirely. When I was a kid and I had an N64, I had Mario 64, Shadows of the Empire, Turok, and GoldenEye. That was it. That was all I ever played on N64, and then I ended up giving mine away to a friend. So this represents a huge amount of quality gaming, landmark gaming in some cases, that I never experienced at the time, and I've always wanted to. Donkey Kong is here. So yeah, long story short, we're gonna have to look into picking up an N64 somehow, somewhere, some way. And I did a little bit of research. There is no, unlike the NES that has the NT Mini and the AVS and other various systems, there is no FPGA system for the N64. A dude is working on it. I believe a dude in Australia is working on an FPGA N64, but I don't expect that to happen anytime soon. So, there are also mods for N64s that give them HD output, but they're insanely expensive, either to get or to get pre-installed, so I probably won't go that route either. So, yeah, sometime in the near future I'll be getting an N64, and then, I don't know, maybe between our NES period and our handheld period, we'll do an N64 period. Maybe that'll be more like the summer after handheld games. I don't know, we'll see. But what's the best N64 can do? Just a cable line? Yeah, S-Video. HDMI mod your buddy did has some wicked precise soldering. Yeah, I don't think I can handle that. On the Uber cable landscape, is becoming extension to the History Channel. Get 2 controllers for the wacky twin stick GoldenEye control scheme. You know, I had 2 controllers when I was a kid and never did that. Roadshow Tink does S video. So yeah, I'm gonna look into it. We're gonna see. I mean, we haven't even really gotten serious into the NES games that y'all have requested. So we got a lot of NES stuff to do. I'm gonna maybe sprinkle some of these in between if y'all start getting too tired of the 8-bit period. But yeah, N64 stuff is now on the horizon, whereas before it wasn't even really on the radar. And once again, a huge, like, not even good enough thanks to Cold Rolled Steel for laying this on me. It came out of the blue, and I'm just incredibly grateful for it, because now we have so many more things that we can stream, so many more things we can share, so many experiences that like I've wanted to get into and never really had the chance until now. You know, just the Zelda games, man. Just the Zelda games. I was pinning my hopes and dreams on Nintendo someday eventually doing Switch ports of Ocarina and Majora's Mask. And they may still do it eventually, but and yeah, if I'm gonna be getting an N64, there's plenty of other N64 games we can pick up too. I would get Wave Race. I loved Wave Race 64. Can't find a decent price. The company that made the NES and HD think don't make one for N64. Poke me. Okay, I'll let you know. Only ever seen screenshots of Majora's Mask. Yeah, everyone talks about Ocarina. Ocarina was like the big one for a lot of people. Like, I remember Majora's Mask reviewed really well, but I don't remember a lot of people really talking about it. The people I know who played it say it's like their favorite. Picks would be Mystical Ninja Mischief Makers and Blast Core. I've always wanted to play. Nintendo Power leaned hard on Blast Core when it came out. Yeah, Bacon Copter. I know you love Majora's Mask. Either loved or hated. I love the concept of it, and I love what I've heard of it. That it's a very different tone from other Zelda games. I am there for that. I'm really interested. So yeah. Lots of stuff to be excited about in the near future. And don't worry, if you are of the library man persuasion, we're not giving up on PC games or indie games or anything like that. It's just this is like a mood I'm in. I'm a very moody gamer. I go through different moods where like I really want to play a particular style or genre of game, and I think right now I'm on a big retro kick. Like I know the Analog Pocket is like just on the horizon. I've got the AVS and I absolutely love this thing. Jesus Christ, beat him up. Didn't care for Majora's Mask when you were a kid. Enjoyed it a lot more as an adult. It's your favorite. Nissan Law does not like it at all. Honorary nephew likes it, prefers Ocarina of Time. I guess, like, I have to imagine the two big sticking points for people would probably be the structure and the tone, right? Sin and Punishment. Not that I ever owned it on N64, but man, I've heard that name. I have heard that name. Yeah, we're pretty good on everything. Fix up old Nut Slammer here. Good old Nut Slammer. Majora's Mask is super dark with lots of really fucked up emotional tugs. You're paying attention, old enough to grasp what they're saying. Oh, this should be really good then. This should be really, really exciting. There's still a little mist, but at least there's no more coming out. That must mean Kuja isn't here yet. Sarah sees something shiny. We may... Majora's Mask, your favorite 3D Zelda? Okay. Nice. We may need to... I don't know. maybe should we make a run at the Zelda games now that I have so many of them? Like we could do them in order too. Like between now and the Pocket coming out, I can do Link to the Past. When we get the Pocket, I can do Link's Awakening, Oracle Seasons, Oracle of Ages, and then from there go straight into Ocarina and Mask. Structure in particular, very story-rich game, not just a main story. Most of the game is side quests, learning the lives of the people around the town. See, everything you're telling me about it just sounds really, really good. Is it just me or does the Aoife tree look like the top of a skull? Yes, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Like something out of like He-Man, something, or the Legion of Doom's swamp hideout from Super Friends. Very good rail shooter. The Wii U sequel is your favorite in the entire genre. It is, isn't it, Library Man? But we do have other stuff coming up. Because we are gonna take looks at Little Nightmares 2 and probably The Room 4 next week as well. So yes, that's the other thing. Like I said, we're not abandoning PC or indie games. There's always going to be something going on that side. And if there are, now is the time. If you guys are interested in any upcoming unreleased games, there's a ton of demos on Steam right now for their festival. And if anything looks really good to you, now would be the time to request it with Dragon Coin. Emirate shows the character that exists in the... Excuse me, I believe you're referring to Nut Slammer there, Toast. Less Zelda, more other games. We'll be doing a lot of everything. Why'd the Aoife tree look like the top of a skull? It's not like it's full of undead enemies. Oh, wait. Yeah, isn't that weird? It's really weird that this, like... Because, you know, JRPGs and stuff, they love the concept of, like, Yggdrasil and world trees and trees of life and stuff. And this is, like... If anything, this is, like, a total inversion of it. We still don't know what the Aoife tree is actually for. Or I don't. Y'all do. Don't tell me. But whatever it's for, the byproduct of that is mist, which produces monsters, which is pretty messed up. And the dude managing it is a giant, scully, stony, X-Death looking dude, so. The flaming Nut Slammer. I think is weird is once the mist cleared, they said it looked beautiful. Yeah, it looks... It's creepy because it only has foliage around, like, well, the beard area, really. And then on top, it's like a skull, really. What happened to the mist? We killed the tree. We beat the beast that breathes it. So much for the mist continent. No more mist. They must possess incredible powers to accomplish such a feat. Nah, just Phoenix down. Really? Son Goku, there's a silver dragon. It's him! He flew from the ruins of Burmecia riding a silver dragon. Is Kuja alright? He's riding that dragon. That's green. That's green. Also, he's standing on it. Oh, how I've longed for this day. Kuji, big fucking nerd. Where's my goddamn money? The day I might finally cast away this mask to reveal my true self. Now it no longer matters if the Aoife tree is liberated. It means nothing to me. Liberated? The tree is so beautiful. Its beauty becomes the great mother tree that lives among the stars. Silver Dragon, let us watch the drama unfold from the trunk of Aoife. No one shall interrupt us there. The drama. Pretty confident Kuja's gonna rock us. Who do I take with me to fight Kuja? This party. I'm gonna run outside real quick and save. So if I get absolutely obliterated, I don't have to see that. I don't have to go through that again. Believing means becomes is suited to. Instead of no, I mean yes. I take offense at that being called silver. Maybe Goku is colorblind. Poor guy. Keep current members. Alright, let's do this. Whee! He didn't take time to polish it, so it's kind of tarnished. It's fitting for the series. I think there was a Rust Dragon. There have been Rust Dragons in previous Final Fantasies. Oh, have long for this day. Oddish cried out as he opened another package of musty ass little game cartridges. Even when this arrived in the mail, this damn thing, even this, I was like, another game for the collection. I'm sure I'll come to regret that sentiment. We'll pass the trunk if we go any farther. I want Hubert back. You went down that trunk. Say, Son Goku, how are we gonna get up there? No, I don't. Yes, I do! Blue magic is awesome. I always love the blue magic users in Final Fantasy games. They're some of my favorites. I used Quistis a ton in 8. I always had that, whatever it was called in 7, the materia for it. Yeah, Final Fantasy 9 Hubert buddy. Come on. Aren't you familiar with these classic characters? Son Goku and Hubert and Nut Slammer? Yeah, early tomorrow I wanted to hang with y'all for a bit. Alright, Dominic, thanks for coming out, buddy. I'm glad you're here for the big announcement. So you can get just as hyped as some of us. And how could you forget Jarb? Jarbsy's a fan favorite. But, like... Can't we climb there? Good night, buddy. Not me. Me neither. I don't think I can either. We came all this way, now what? What's the problem? You should just go by yourself. We gotta go face Kuja together. How did this whip end up beating me? Hey, Nut Slammer, watch where you're walking. You almost knocked me down. He who hesitates is lost. You'd best remember that. Well, I prefer my way or the hideaway. Whatever. Like, you actually have a plan. Oh yeah, smarty pants. Don't forget you're the one that lost to Son Goku. Shut up, brat. A plan, huh? He's just gonna let that slide. That's right, Nut Slammer. You owe me one, remember? It's payback time. Shoot. There's some Gargant grass around here, so Gargant can't be far. I want you to catch one for me. Then we can all get on and ride at the top. Why should I do all that when I can just take the kids up myself? Huh? Did I ever let this dimwit beat me? He sure has spirit. Alright, Sarah, I'll just carry you piggyback. Hey, wait! He's obviously waiting for that. The weak lose their freedom to the strong. Such is the way of the strong, and it is the providence of nature that only the strong survive. That is why I needed strength. I learned of powers that would daunt even him over 10 years ago. Such a long time. Now my forces are ready to strike. Ah, the suspense is terrible. I wish we had Hubert for this. So they've come this far, have they? Perfect. I'll warm up on them until the elephant lady shows up. Okay. He's talking about Braun? all together now, chat. Thanks, Nut Slammer. Ah, yes, the rules of nature is studied by someone who doesn't realize a lot of animals are social. Every single time you read Nut Slammer out loud, I'm gonna crack myself up. Thanks, Nut Slammer. Thanks, Slammer. Now we're even. Show me what you guys can do. There's Kuja. Get ready, guys. Alright, I'm finished. Thanks, Based. I'm gonna regret asking this, possibly. What does based mean? I've seen this around the internet for years, and I have no idea what it's supposed to mean. At all. Kuja, maker of black mages. Any enemy of Son Goku's enemy of mine. Okay, let's go. Even left Sarah for Son Goku to carry, but I guess based. What does based mean? Like, I see people occasionally say, like, someone is based, and I have no idea what it means, and I haven't really looked into it because, honestly, the people I see throwing that word around aren't the kind of people I really want to know more about. So, but I know low, the bottom. Someone who's base can neutralize someone who's acidic. You too old for it, don't worry. Okay, I don't know why I asked all of you. I really should know better at this point. You are Kuja, correct? My name is... You don't give a shit. Princess Garnet Tilla Alexandros. I wish to ask you something. Was it really you who persuaded my mother to start the war that threw the entire Mist Continent into chaos? And you made everyone, the black mages, into instruments of war? Urban Dictionary, if nothing else. Does he use a rough synonym for awesome, epic? Yeah, I wondered about that. Because typically, like, the situations it's used in, I can't pick it up from context. Because, like, somebody will do something and then somebody else will just post based. Like, okay. Good for you. No, dear, the princess is such a bloodthirsty little puppet. I don't have the power to do such a thing. I just gave them a little recipe. Begin with broth of mist, add fermented souls, and boil. Grandma Kuja's Black Mage surprise. Then pour genuine black magic into a mixing bowl and heat to... Stop it! I'm not done telling how to make soulless toys out of the dregs of souls. While I do have an opinion without regard for what other people think, often a controversial opinion, but not always, when expressing such an opinion is customary for others to acknowledge a person as being base. That explains a lot. That explains a whole lot. Thank you, Library Man. Dregs of Souls, you mean Mist? First you don't want to listen, now you start asking questions. Oh, brother. You're not ready yet. Genuine black magic only. Get out of here, Go-Go. Or Go-Go. I don't feel anything? Taking the lives of so many. Spare me the lecture. Lives come and go all the time. What's the big deal? Speaking of warmongers, why, what about that mother of yours, princess? You said she won't feel alive until she has everything. Breaks my heart to see such greed. The war was my fault? No, your mother wanted it. All I did was give her a little push. Explains what always seems to be applied to a person who kind of dinguses with the lukewarmest of hot takes. Then yes, exactly, Naren. I have never seen based used to describe someone that I would admire in any capacity. I'll put it to you like that. Liar! My mother was sweet and kind. You changed her. Not an academic. I would love to see the academic definition of based. Has less useful info. Shh. So the curtain rises. Perfect, my canary. Let me show you the truth about your mother. First act, the end of the ugly desire. It's showtime. Oh, we get cutscene. So Braun brought the entire Alexandrian fleet here? But why? Kuja, so you finally decided to show your girly face here. You're all that stands between me and total domination. But I haven't forgotten all you've done for me. In return, I will show you the ultimate power. Attention all hands, order the black mages to focus all their magical energies into a single spell. Place suppressing fire upon Kuja until the casting is finished. Fire! Fire at will! Orders from Her Majesty, black mages, focus all your magical energy into a single spell. Usually see base used to mean this person knows where it's at. I can't believe it! Your mother isn't satisfied with just one continent. Her ugliness and stupidity are truly impressive. Damn, Kuja, don't make me start liking you. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. What are you talking about? You're just the opening number. Time for the real show. We won't let you get away. The mist may be created no more, but it still lurks in caves and forests, right? Huh? I can make monsters with magic. Come forth, spawn of the mist. Uh-oh. Academic is much less interesting applicable. Oh, yeah. I think he just summoned Lavo Spawn. This is not ideal. Oh, they just have potions. Oh, God. That's not too bad. Yeah, you can't multi... Of course you can't multi-target, like, protect. Summon a dude. Mistodon. Just make sure he doesn't have anything else. Head attack's not too bad. Alright, that's one down. Let's nuke out the other. I mean, I'll always take high potions. I go through them pretty fast. No multi-target protect, better a real mage like you. I know, that's why I want Hubert back. I want that white wind or big guard or whatever the hell it is that casts shell and protect on everybody at once. Getting stuff with what's happened so far. Alright, we returned to the Aoife tree. Kuja showed up on his silver dragon. We climbed up the tree to confront him. He claims that he's just been giving Queen Braun what she wants, and now she's about to get her comeuppance, and just then Braun showed up with the entire Alexandrian navy in the bay, and it looks like she's trying to take out Kuja. Kuja's colorblind. Mighty Guard, that's it, thank you. So we're fighting Kuja, or we were confronting Kuja just then, but he summoned Mist Beasts. So two of your enemies are duking it out. Why not just leave him and finish off the winner? My money's on Kuja. Sit your pasty ass down. Foolish Braun. Your prized cannons are useless against the spawn of the mist. But even a fool like you knows that there's only one path you can take, right? Stupid elephant lady. Why do you hesitate? You have a glorious silver dragon. Very well. I'll make the first move. I'll give you a clean target. You can't miss. Silver dragon, descend! Nut Slammer's right. Let's split before we get dragged in. No. I can't. I can't let anything happen to my mother. I get the feeling she's not gonna have a choice here. Sarah? Son Goku, I have to save her. Sarah, she extracted Eidolons from you and started a war. I still don't want her to die. She didn't care one bit whether you lived or died. You don't have to call her mother anymore. She's my only mother. I don't care if you don't understand. On TV, you said that there was an Eidolon in prison near here, right? Yeah. Please, tell me where. It's a long way down. You see the place with lots of roots? We're in a tree. We're in a giant-ass tree. The place with lots of roots. Doesn't really narrow it down. There, I see it. Sarah, don't go alone. Oh, well. I like this, like, this enemy design is super cool. I like this thing a lot. Hit it. Doink. Yeah, the blinky lights are really cool. It adds an element of unnaturalness to a beast to have parts that look like they should be like mechanical or electrical. Something not a roguelike. The LEDs on his face really make it. That, but unironically, son. You're gonna take a break from the enormous stress of trying to find a hotel in a place and time where none are available. Ah. Well, thinking good thoughts for you, not a roguelike. Hopefully you get that sorted out. Hey, you want to see something really cool real quick? I'm not gonna go through all of them right now, but check it out. Cold Rolled Steel sent me an entire N64 game collection. Yeah, dude. I've got like dozens of N64 games now, including both Zeldas, like all the Mario games, Donkey Kong 64. And this is in addition to a bunch of SNES, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance games he sent me too, so. Send me one too. So yeah, N64 streaming is now on the table. This is turning into quite a show. Anyone can get emotional at a time like this. Give her a break. Son Goku, let's go. Sarah's in danger all by herself. Yeah, let's go after her. Get my duplicator machine going. There's need to work. Don't do that for not a roguelike. I share all kinds of stuff with not a roguelike. All kinds of stuff. We go way back. Mochi is in this tree. There's a letter from Stillskin, but I don't understand what he's saying. From Stillskin to Mochi. The mist is gone. Is this a blessing or a curse? Nursery, that's where the guy Rob finds out. Friends don't let friends play DK64. So that's why everyone here is going to request it, right? As soon as I get an N64. Oh, I don't understand. Can't we all be happy now the mist is gone? Yeah, I have Quest 64 too. So after the stream, I think tonight, I'll put all of these on the spreadsheet so you guys can refer to that if you want to know exactly what I have. DK64 might be entertainingly bad, Quest 64 won't. Can I cast anti-votes for certain games? You know, I've never opened that up as a possibility. I kind of wonder if I should. Oh, this is really cool. Oh god. This game has a lot of really cool scenes in it. I feel like the Final Fantasy designers have kind of perfected their cinematic flair at this point. I mean, you can definitely see it in Final Fantasy X. You have to go in the mirror universal cast mega vote. I want to see what these guys do first. Alright, you're taking a little... Oh, you have auto potion. You're fine, dude. Artifa has regeneration. Or has Queen Barrel nicely. Oh no, he's sleeping. He's so sweet. Mirror Universe, Manix is humorless dullard though. So when did you kill the real Manic and replace him? He's got a sweet goatee. That explains the look, of course. How much does a basic cure spread across the entire party? Well, we'll never know now. I knew someone would make the mean comment. You set yourself up, buddy. It was right there. You can't just you can't expect me to just walk right past that. Seriously. That was so wide open and so obvious, I decided not to. It's so obvious and easy. Look, I love low-hanging fruit. I will take it all and ask for more. I sense the Eidolon's power. Now I can save my mother. Please help me. Ooh. Received aquamarine. No. What you did. I can't save my mother with his Eidolon? This is Leviathan, isn't it? That's just gonna kill her that much faster. Sarah, what's wrong? Can't you free it? Wasn't this the Eidolon the entire tribe couldn't control before? Yup. No, I have it. I sense it's a great Eidolon, but... I don't believe it. This is the legend. Yep, there he is. The legendary sea serpent, Leviathan. Leviathan? An Eidolon who wipes out its enemies with a huge tidal wave. I'm sorry, Sarah. No, it's not your fault, but my mother's still in danger. It stops counting as low-hanging when it's already dead and rotting on the ground. Isn't Your Majesty ready yet? Our remaining ammunition was spent on that last wave of monsters. The next wave will chew us up unless we pull out now. That is not our decision. Get back to your post, soldier. Oh, y'all glowy. Kuja turned these folk up, though. Prawn don't give a fuck. Alright, I'll pay attention. Your Majesty, the Black Mages have completed their preparations. Excellent. Well, now I can finish him off. Draconic Seedling. Oh, fuck. Bahamut, King of Dragons. Well, we nuked the ocean. To be fair, it had it coming. Alright, but Kuja was expecting this. It's pretty hot. See you later, Cold Rolled Steel. Thanks again for coming out, and thanks again for the games. I really can't thank you enough. I was about to say, the whole issue of the Silver Dragon has been taken care of. Wow, that really was a magical nuke. Even in the cutscenes, he stands on this thing. What? Oh, he's bleeding. Oh, he likes it. Is that what you wanted me to pay attention to, Manic? I'm excited to see what games are in there later if you have time. So, not a roguelike. I spent like the first 20 minutes of the stream going through all of them. I'll put them, like, I will catalog them in the spreadsheet after tonight's stream. And I'll highlight them in yellow. I highlight new additions in yellow, so you'll be able to see. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm sure people are going to be asking that for a while. Like, anyone who didn't make it out tonight that hears in conversation or through mentions that I have N64 games is going to want to know. Okay, keep watching. Okay. Heard stories, but I never thought summoning could be so powerful. Son Goku's after their power, I better watch out. Wow. Now we can win! And Mother won't have to die! Aunt Tifa, don't you think? What's wrong? Mog. She's terrified. How come? Don't you know? That's the last Eidolon. Bahamut, the Dragon King. He'll win for sure. Blood. Excellent, Bahamut. Power, mobility, you are truly the best. You even hurt me. A little. And you, Braun, your tragic role in this drama now comes to an end. I'm sure that you'll enjoy the second act for your soul's hellish prison, since the stage will be your former home. The final act will take us away from Gaia and kill my nemesis with my own hand. Everything is going according to plan. Panic! Huge eyeball! Getting sleepy! Oh shit! Wow. Now he's sitting down. I guess he's spent from all that excitement. Well. Can't believe we defeated Mother Braun without having to go through a whole escape sequence. The fan vid of Final Fantasy IX that you love and you want to see it redone with these graphics. I don't know why Bahamut attacked the one who summoned him. But we found Queen Braun on the beach next to her escape pod. Dude, how is she not vaporized? That dude breathed right in her face. Didn't even save the animals. She could hardly move, and I thought she'd come to a stop any second. Come to us. Oh, it's Orko narrating this. That's good writing. That's good writing. I hate Kuja a lot, but I hate Braun a lot too. So much that I wanted this to happen to her. She had a parachute. I should be happy. Once I saw Sarah start to cry, I didn't know how I should feel. I kind of wanted to cry too. Can black mages cry? I can hear my daughter's voice. Yes, Mother, I'm here. Right here. He cast a water spell. Be fine. I am empty now. Free. Free of that terrible greed. Mother. I haven't felt this way since I saw that play with you and your father. Led Alexandria down the path of ruin. People will be happier with you on the throne. To raise this question, is Braun being influenced, mind controlled? It seems like it. I mean, that seems like the clear indication here that at some point something pushed her. Because this is, I mean, from everything that we've seen of her up to this point, this is entirely out of character, unless this is like the mother of all deathbed confessionals. Remember Sarah's vision when she remembers she came from the Summoner Village? Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. I've told you guys I remember I remember pretty much nothing else about this game. I remember one thing. And it's what that eyeball is. Because it's really, really cool. So, also have to switch out. That reveal stuck with me. That was, I think, the first time I played this game, like the mystery of the giant sky eyeball was like the most interesting aspect of the game for me. And I really liked the reveal too. But I just remember what it is. I don't actually remember why it operates this way or what Kuja's relationship is to it, so. I had forgotten about this entirely. I didn't even realize Braun dies at some point. We went back to Alexandria on Queen Braun's escape pod. As the other hand, it's possible she became enlightened on her deathbed, freed herself from the greed if they aren't explicitly saying what happened. That's also true. That's also very true. Kuja says he gave her a push. Sarah said her mom changed after her dad died. Possible in grief, she was looking for something to fill the void, and so on. Braun only technically survived the fireball. The best kind of survival. We also brought Sarah's mother with us. Sarah's so boring that the kingdom would be safe under the rule of King Nutslammer. This way, princess. Jarbsy! Beatrix! Yeah, I know I just said that. How horrible that her life had to end this way. I still can't believe all that has happened. Princess, it was my... No! It was my fault. Thank you, both of you. I must now carry the burden of ruling Alexandria alone. Will both of you please help me during this, my time of need? Yes, certainly. Thank you. Princess, here is a wreath of roses. Your mother's favorite. Townspeople sent it as an offering for the Queen's grave. True, Queen Braun had been acting quite erratic before her death. But the people are still very fond of her, as you can see. That was the loudest placement of a wreath I've ever heard in my life. She just slammed that shit in there. Maybe there's hope for Sarah after all. Mother. Wreath slammer. Now I kind of wish we played Night in the Woods after this so I could go, oh shit, it's Beatrice whenever B shows up. I shall become a great queen. This is one thing I dislike about Final Fantasy IX. Other characters have a baseline of knowing Braun before, but it never gets explained to the player. That's right, they have a giant sword. Or something. Yeah, Castle gets his own sword. Either that or Smithy showed up years ago, and everybody was just cool with it. We're supposed to feel bad about what happened here. All we know about Braun is that she's been over the top evil the entire time we've seen her. Princess, we've arrived at the castle. She won't be a princess for much longer, Dr. Tot. Indeed. I shall have to call you Queen Garnet after the coronation. I must make preparations for the crowning of our new queen. I mean, the thing is, I understand what Mike is getting at. You can't infer an emotional attachment. Like, I think what Mike is saying is, like, I think we're supposed to be more deeply affected by Braun's passing, but we never got to see her as the character that these other characters saw her as. We've only known her as a questionable villain. So, it's... Who would win a fight, Jarbsy versus Flaming Nutslammer? That's a good question, actually. Jarbsy hits like a truck. Jarbsy is surprisingly powerful. I don't think we're specifically supposed to be affected by Braun's passing so much as the effect it has on others. General Beatrix, Master Jarbsy, will you help her? False Flaming Nutslammer. Forever and always. Princess, please watch your step. Could someone unloved receive such a loud wreath, though? Point. Okay. All right. You've won me over. I believe it now. Makes sense to you. It's fairly sure it's picked up. My mom's abusive, not all out, not beaten. Sorry, she's abusive. I do love her. I don't put up with her shit. I also haven't cut her off and Joey can't take care of her. Hey, Shadows. What's going on, buddy? I mean, it's not a matter of figuring it out, Manic. It's just... It's something that the game tells us instead of shows us. You know? Princess. I know how hard this must be. But I will be by your side. Please take the throne with full confidence. I mean, look, ultimately for me, it's not a big thing. It's I see what others are saying about it, but I don't particularly find that to be a failing of this story. So I'm agreeing with the perspective being brought here. Heard a Toho influence remix of the Nokia ringtone. Simultaneously love and hate it. Braun was a bitch that we've seen, and we don't know that Sarah's insistence that her mom was different is accurate or not. Sarah loved her, she was a mother, and that grief is real. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Lodro High. I think that's the focus for me. So the aspects of Braun's character that we don't actually get to see, that we're just being told, it's not making that big of a difference for me, because this like the key elements of the story here, which is the effect that it has on Garnet and the people around her, that's coming through fine. So I think I found a way to agree with everybody in chat. I'm just gonna savor this moment for a minute. 3 more days until the crowning of the new queen. What a day. Surely nothing is going to happen in those 3 days. Oh my god, it's Ruby. We ain't seen each other in ages. Why the sourpuss, partner? What happened? Maybe that Sarah chick dumped him. Bingo. This ain't like you at all, Son Goku. Hey, Ruby. Heard you start a mini theater. That's right, darling. My plays are a hit. Cool, let's go watch. Yeah. Alright, cowboys. Son Goku. You ain't coming, are you? That's alright, darling. Come on over whenever you want. Let's go, boys. Jesus Christ, Leader Prance. Catalyst the Panther, thank you so much for the follow. This way, everyone. It's the accent, right? The accent's doing it for you. Oops, sorry. Huh? Hey, Orko. Hello. I haven't seen you since you left Alexandria Castle. How are you? Didn't feel bad for Braun much considering the things she did. Still felt for Garnet about it. Because you have a similar thing with your grandparents. It's interesting how these story elements can hit on such a personal level. I don't, like... I get that now with games that deal with, Okay, I was gonna say children's relationships with their parents, but that's insanely broad. Like young children's relationships with their parents. It didn't used to affect me at all, but then having my own kids and then seeing these different kinds of relationships portrayed in games and other media, it had a much greater impact, as you might. It's deaf accent, thank you. Yeah. I mean, obviously it has a much greater effect now. Well, a lot of things happen, but I'm doing fine. How about you? What have you been doing since we left the castle? Me? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's been crazy since you guys escaped. Rusty, that rat chick, Gadget, and What's her face? The girl general of Alexandria. Beatrix. Yeah, the three of them got totally worked. Marcus and I had to carry him out on our backs. Marcus? We gotta get going before Ruby gets mad at us again. Am I just a cold-hearted bastard? This game has zero emotional impact for you? Others we played have hit hard, but this one just leaves me... No, not at all. Not at all. It's like, compared to other games we've played, this is a very different style of storytelling. Certainly, it's not gonna hit like others have. Like, I don't think, like, you certainly couldn't compare the story or emotional impact of this to something like Night in the Woods or Spiritfarer or Horizon Zero Dawn. It's its own thing. And yeah, it's not gonna work for everybody. Saw Mirai with someone who's an only child and they're like, oh, that's okay. Meanwhile, I was emotionally wrecked. Yeah. Library man checked out after the library sequence. Pretty emotionally attached to this game. This was never one of my favorite Final Fantasies, but the ones that I really liked, I think 6 and 10 were the ones I had the most emotional attachment to. 6 really got me in a couple places, so. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if people's favorite Final Fantasy is the one they have the greatest emotional attachment to. He beat the master of the library and hasn't forgiven us. Sorry, Orko. I'll see you later. We're Orko! I didn't mean to click straight through that. Morningstar Bar, today's half-price special, our original cocktail, Her Majesty. We'll explain why 4 is still your favorite? Yeah. Common maxim is that your favorite Final Fantasy is whichever one you played first. I've heard that. It's not the case for me. Because I played 1 first. And I love 1. Okay. I think whichever Final Fantasy you played first gets a bonus. Probably. Because I like 1 probably more than I would have if I had played it later in life. Yeah, playing it when I was a kid, suffering to make any progress whatsoever, finally managing to overcome these challenges that I'd been beating my head against since I was little. Yeah, that, you know, there's a lot of personal feelings there, even though the story has like literally zero emotional impact. But yeah, I think people say that it's the first one you played. I think that's probably become a more popular sentiment because more recently, the first ones people would have played would have been like since 7. And those have a lot more emotional hooks for folks. Is that attachment to when you were a child that makes sense as standalone? This is for you pretty flat emotionally? I mean, again, it's a different style of story. This style of story may not work for you, but it very, very much works for other people. Find Pitfall in the Atari 2600 pretty emotional. I actually understand that too. There are some very, very old... I think if I actually went back and played Echelon on the Commodore 64, that would summon up a lot of pretty raw emotions that I haven't felt in a long time. That game scared me in a lot of ways as a kid. Had a lot of impact on me. You like 4 okay? It was 6 that you bounced off of. 5 is which got you into it. Okay. Past the point, Final Fantasy games are also different. It's really hard to pick a favorite. Also true. Yeah. Yeah, I think once you get past 7, like, just the style of the game itself is so different. It's kind of, like... I think it's kind of hard to suggest Final Fantasy as a series anymore. Like, just because you liked one of the Final Fantasy games really does not mean you're going to like any of the other ones. I think that was easier to do back in the 2D era, though, I mean... You know, from like what Shadows is saying, for example, that's not true, you know? I recognize why 7 was big for so many, it falls flat with you. 7 disappointed you. Played the hell out of 7, it's okay. This is why I'll keep advocating for newer games or more story-driven. We'll come at them as adults looking for more fully realized storytelling. Mm, I don't really think that's fair to these older games. I don't think... I think the style of storytelling has changed in games. Even if you narrow it down to just JRPGs, like the style of storytelling in something like Final Fantasy 15 or like the Tales games is different from these older Final Fantasies and, you know, Dragon Quest and what have you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the story or emotional beats in these older games are somehow automatically inferior. Storytelling has evolved in gaming in a lot of ways and improved in a lot of ways. But I don't think it's like it's directly built up on top of itself. So, is this fully realized storytelling? I mean, it's telling a story. I can find fault with this story, but I can find fault with the story in Disco Elysium. I can find fault with the story in Spiritfarer or Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, no story is perfect. Again, I really think it comes down to a matter of style. I think these old, like, you know, it's like comparing a movie from like the 1950s to a movie from like the 2000s. You know, like making films and the art of telling stories in films evolved, but I mean, there are still classics to this day that resonate with people. So I don't expect everybody to love this game or to connect emotionally with this game. I didn't like this game the first time I played it, but that's why we're playing it again, to get a fresh perspective on it. This is an amazingly told storytelling in a Yoko Taro game. The gameplay can kill a person. 5 is your favorite 2D and 10 is your favorite 3D. I feel like the methods of storytelling have evolved, but there have been good stories since near the start of the medium. Yeah. It's like any medium, you know? Like literature. Literature has obviously evolved, and storytelling styles and techniques have evolved over time. We still study the Iliad and the Odyssey, you know? A vastly different style from the way stories are told today, but it still has weight and purpose to it, you know? So for Manic, it's 9, 6, 10, 5, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2, 8. I thought you liked 5 more than that, Manic. I really like 5 past that. I'd have to replay them or at least get some distance from 14 first. Have not played a Final Fantasy past 10. The only one I've played... So I've played X2. And I love X2. As a game, it's really fun. I don't really play X2 for the story. The story itself is pretty stupid, but I love the gameplay and I love the characters. The only other Final Fantasy I played past that is 13. I don't think I can do it. I have so many problems with 13 on so many levels. 5 and 10 are interchangeable, depends on when you ask. Okay. Had your issues with 15 and really feel like it stuck the landing hard. I want to play 15. 15 interested me from the moment I heard about it. I played the demo before it came out, but I just never found the time to get into it. Interesting to think about. I rewatch older TV shows all the time. Futurama, King of the Hill, MASH, several others. Interesting to compare media. Yeah. Never forget that games are just another form of media, and like another vehicle for telling stories, you know? And within each form of media, the style of telling those stories changes over time. It's inevitable as they change to reflect the culture that produces them. I guess that maybe you're realizing as a viewer of gameplay, I find games the best storytelling, the most engaging to view. I mean, that's also fair, yeah. And it you know, it makes sense too. You know, people are talking about which Final Fantasies, you know, we're talking about the correlation between the emotional connection you had with the Final Fantasy and whether or not it was your favorite. And obviously there's a pretty strong link there. That extends just as importantly to viewership as it does to actually playing the game. You know, you're obviously going to be more invested and more interested in watching a game that you have an emotional connection with. And if your preferred storytelling style is very different from this here, then yeah, you're definitely going to connect with other games and be more engaged with them, more so than something like this. So. Oh my god, not a somebody banned not a roguelike. It's almost a shame that Final Fantasy 15 was a Final Fantasy game. Mike, do you think it was kind of weighed down by the, like, by like the traditions of the Final Fantasy series? In your opinion, art is anything created to derive an emotional reaction from someone? Shadows, I 100% agree. To me, there's like the whole our game's art thing is not a debate. It's settled. It's obvious. Like by any conceivable definition of art, games are art. It's just not really that important, you know? I realize now that those definitions are not actually that important. Because people are going to get their emotional connections and their meaning and their symbolism and their purpose out of games regardless of whether or not people label it as art. So you don't have to label things as art for them to be art. I'm sorry. No, you're not. No, he's not. I wonder if there's a setting I can set on Twitch that lets moderators ban other moderators. Calling video games not art or some standard or quality of sophistication overselling a lot of other art out there, also true, yeah. Expectations probably never would have been made without the Final Fantasy name and with all the cash thrown at it, of course. That's the rub. Yeah, you need something with the name of Final Fantasy to pull down that kind of budget. Play some games are definitely just things to do and not in most senses art, just completed machines. I think it was Will Wright thought that games broke down into art and toys. I think is what he said. And he didn't mean that in a way to belittle what they were, but just in the structure of them. Like some video games are meant to be played for their stories and their emotional connections, and other video games are meant to be interacted with in the same way that a child interacts with a toy. And it's not, again, not to demean one or the other, just it was recognizing the way that people interact with them and the differences in how people can connect emotionally with them. Because you can still interact, obviously, like watching any child, you know, you can still interact, you can still have a very strong emotional connection with the toy, but it's a very different one from the emotional connection that you form with a piece of media, with a story, you know? So I always thought that was very interesting. I don't feel the need to draw that kind of personal delineation, but I always thought that was a very interesting perspective from somebody who had, like, some incredible insight on gaming himself. A lot of what we bond to from entertainment is almost entirely attached to a point in life. This is not the greatest interesting thing to stand, but again, it's arbitrary opinion. You know, it's not connecting with you, but it's connecting with other people. So there's no objective value judgment that we can make about the quality of this. There's no, I mean, you can't do that with any game, really. All you really end up with is a general consensus of opinions about things. So, but there's no objective truth to be gleaned from that. You can tell this is art because some of the lady knights don't wear pants. Very true. Very true. They're making a very clear statement. Oh, you're talking about 15. Like, for example, for instance, despite regular monsters attacks being an issue in Final Fantasy 15, none of the cities had anything to protect against them. None of the vehicles were reinforced against them. None of the NPCs are just to deal with them. The monsters just exist to have something to kill in the character world. barely interact with their existence. I'm wondering if I should actually wander in here and gather up Goku before exploring town. I'm gonna explore town first. Alright, well, this is happening. It's so big, chat. I hear you, but a 40-year-old won't walk into this game fresh and think it's high art objectively. Incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. I guarantee you there is at least one person in this world that absolutely would. Let people like what they like. You know? Minesweeper is a toy with rules, but not a half of a story. I'm generally emotionally connected to not exploding, though. Good point. Good point, Grunfodder. A lot of people don't recognize modern art as art. Yeah. Yeah, that's the most obvious sticking point for a lot of people. Dad's like that, he's in his 50s, like he'd see it as art. My dad was already weird. Yeah, anyone could do that except anyone didn't do that. Anyone who looks at modern art and says that's garbage, that's not real art, isn't, like, I guarantee you, every single time, has not looked into the circumstances of its creation at all. Has not given one whit of thought to the artist's intent behind it, which is essentially what a piece of art is trying to convey in the first place. So, on that level, they're not connecting with it to the point that they could even make a declaration like that, so. I can look at modern abstract art and say it's not my thing. Yes, yes. Everyone can do that, yes. You can look at a piece of modern art, you can look at it again, you can look at this and say, it's not my thing. That is a totally different thing from declaring it devoid of any value for anyone. Because that can be easily disproven. Because you can go out and find at least one person for which anything has some kind of meaning. That painting on the back wall looks creepy as hell. Dude, yes, it looks like it's straight out of Nightmare Before Christmas or something. Like, Queen Braun was not a very flattering presence to begin with, but holy shit, they took that and ran in the opposite direction. What a gigantic house. Right, I mean, Final Fantasy VIII is absolute garbage and has no redeeming values, but that's not mine. I love the way you can hear something that I say and just set it aside. just discard it out of hand. Jackson Pollock knew what he was doing, and I find his work rather aesthetically pleasing. Not anyone did his thing, yeah. Is that Braun or her husband who died? That's actually a really good question. I just assumed it was Braun, since it had a similar sort of facial shape and profile, but it doesn't have her hair. We cook good food. Hey! I'm gonna smell you. Your undergrad is in fine art. Give me 10 minutes with a person who thinks modern art is garbage and they'll leave with a different attitude. A few basic bits of guidance and background can totally change your art worldview. Yeah, there you go. And seriously, that's something that more people need. I think just a broader perspective in general can help just about anybody. Especially on the subject of art, because, like, closing yourself off to just an entire form of art or entire medium, I mean, think of all the ideas, think of all the stories, think of all the things that artists are trying to communicate that you're just saying, nope, nope, don't care, not interested. It's tragic, really. I don't know art, I don't know what I like. Anything can be debated like that. Is 433 by John Cage music. It's written like music, there's sheet music for it, consists of no notes or noises for its entire runtime. So, okay. I tend to find, I tend to avoid the debate over is X, Y, because in my experience, the primary purpose of that is gatekeeping. It's either trying to keep someone out of something that you hold close, or trying to diminish something that you personally have little regard for. And I'm not saying anybody in chat is doing that, but I'm saying that's why I tend to avoid stuff like the debate between, well, is it a roguelike or a roguelite? I hate that. I don't give a shit. I don't even use the term roguelite. And I understand the value in, I understand the necessity in being able to categorize things. Believe me, I get that. But I think the more granular you go, the less value it has, and the more it tends to get corrupted into that sort of gatekeeping or diminishing. Wait, 433 copyright strike. Well, there you go. You have your answer. The corporations have spoken. Objectively, though, the very best thing about this game is undeniably 100% nut slammer. See? There's always something to appreciate in these. Has a math guide say the null composition counts as music. A reminder what I've been known to say during RPG speedruns when someone gives the inevitable lol is 6 hours a speedrun. Oh my god. Oh my god, that never even occurred to me that people would actually debate and argue over what is and isn't a speedrun. Oh my god, what a can of worms that has to be. It's rogue adjacent. The secret is to use whichever will upset your audience more. Call literally every game an RPG. The argument over JRPGs and WRPGs and what is and isn't anime is stupid. Yeah, it really is. It really is. I have no time for it. Usually come out and say, thank God you're here. The speedrunning community desperately needs a gatekeeper to make sure that we qualify people as speedrunners and force out people that don't fit the criteria we like. Exactly. Based on the painting, I think we're all about to enter the ICP museum. Can finally get the promised Juggalo party member. I'm not surprised, Manic, but it's something that I never thought about, and my god, how disappointing is that? I know, please don't make me choose between dunking on prescriptivism and the Berlin interpretation. You know, I think I'll never ever get Excalibur 2 in this game because there's no way I could ever get to Hades in less than 15 hours. We're not going to mention the chefs. They're pretty weird, aren't they? Rather odd design for them. It's only anime if it's from the anime region of France. Otherwise, it's... I'm sorry, I believe you mean sparkling cartoons. Something smells delicious. Oh, this is so good. Okay, this is the Eggmeister. You hungry? I think I now know where the chefs in Little Nightmares drew their inspiration. Oh, good point. You very hungry? That's the Ovenmeister. Fun fact, 433 is 273 seconds and absolute zero is negative 273 degrees C. You unbearably hungry? Maybe. Too bad. Wow. Those guys suck. Xenoblade 2 has a bunch of bird chefs you beat up because the party thinks they're assassins, so sometimes chefs can look a little weird. Isn't the new queen a little young? Personally, I think General Beatrix would make a better queen. You just think she's hot. I know, because I think she's hot. This little queen is a bit demanding. I'm the queen! My orders are absolute! Hey, what's absolute mean? Nothing, don't worry about it. I want to become a soldier when I grow up, but this is what I have to put up with. Some arguments for General Beatrix as a queen that do make sense. I think it'd make a lot of sense for her to be like a temporary regent or something. Reminded of a meme that said something like, you're not a true fan, you're only a true fan if you, one, you have blades, two, spin quickly in place.
Yeah.
Hippo lady, my son plays too many card games. He needs exercise. Do you mind racing against Hippo? Yeah, sure, I don't mind. As long as it's not cards, Jesus Christ. What kind of degenerate plays cards? When I say go, oh no, it's one of these. Chat, why did you let me do this? Oh, Christ. Can we just have a queen that didn't commit or order genocide? Yeah, sorry, that's not how monarchies work. Strong will has a good sense of duty and honor, keeps the well-being of the nation in mind. On your mark. Get set. I am. Fuck you, game, I am. Oh no, those are the... Okay, wrong buttons. That's right, because my friggin' controller is labeled differently. Hitball wins. The whole purpose of this is not to play cards. Wow, my son can run really fast thanks to you. Alright, let's do it again, because obviously you have no object permanence. Yeah, in your face, kid! Suck it! I think there's a reward for doing this enough times. Sorry, is your last name Green? Take responsibility for your choice. F0 the same. Good job! Alright. I've asserted my dominance. We're leveling him up. So... I think the point of this is to let him win, maybe? Like, to make it a competition, but maybe, like, let him win? This is kind of interesting. Come on, kid, make it a race. Level up your Hippalmon. Come on, kid. Hitball wins! Oh, my son can run really fast now, thanks to you. He's still level 5. There are rewards for leveling up. You just confirmed it. And you need these rewards. They're cards, aren't they? You son of a bitch. They're cards, aren't they? Okay, so if we're gonna do this, does he level up? Does he level up faster if I win? Gains 5 levels if Vivi beats him by a lot, but he only gets 1. Got it. Okay, we'll have to kick his ass then. Okay. All right, I'm gonna destroy this kid. The real world jackass. My son's in better shape too. Here, take. You're a piece of shit, you know that? You're a real piece of shit. Yes, that's the first reward. Future rewards will be even better cards that you're never going to use. Is she just gonna... Wait, is she giving away all of his cards? Like, every time he loses, is she gonna give me more of his cards? Because that way we can also save him from cards. This card game is the best secret subplot. I wish it was better. I wish it was better. I wish it was just Triple Triad again. They should have just put Triple Triad back in this game. That would have been so nice. What the heck did you think you'd receive? Good job! It's a reward every 10 levels. Up to what level? Are we talking like 50 or 100 or 1,000 here? You start getting the good ones around 30. I might actually have trouble getting to that point. Or even they just remove the RNG from it? Yeah, yeah. I stand by my previous statements regarding your character. So it goes to 8. So the last reward's at 80. Hippal can get to level 100. I mean, I'm not... At this point, I think we'll just have to see how high I can get him. I don't think I can get him to 80. Because I think you're basically seeing peak performance on my end here, and he's starting to catch up. Yeah. So we'll just see how far we get with this. I'm cool with that. I want to Tetra Master where everything's made up, the points don't matter. At 100, hit ball turns into a secret super boss. This is what peak performance looks like. It's not pretty, but... There is no but, it's just not pretty. You can also go into the game settings and switch the controls to something better. LNR. I don't want to break my buttons like that. I think this is okay. I can just kind of perch on these buttons. I'm gonna fucking demod you for this. And yet you keep doing it. Well, we're in too deep already. Now I want to know what my limit is. I want to know at what point Paul is going to surpass me. You are getting better, kid. Also, I might get better at this, too. In all seriousness, the level 80 reward is not a card. Oof. Do I even believe you at this point? Let's see how far we can get. Friday, February 5th, Odyssey dies from the sunk cost fallacy. The level 80 reward is some useless trophy, isn't it? It's a card holder. It's a set of card sleeves. Hit Paul themed card sleeves to keep your collection nice and clean. It's not a card. Yeah, technically correct. The best kind of correct. Ooh. Are we only leveling up by ones now? Oh god. Oh god, we're only leveling them up by ones now. I think we can get to 50. I don't know if we're gonna go past that though. Because I think we've kind of hit the limit of how fast Orko can go. Like, I don't think he's gonna move much fast. Like, just be better at alternating buttons. I don't think he can actually go much faster than this. Have you ever played Stanley Parable? Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay. I played the shit out of Stanley Parable when it came out. Remember trying to save the baby from the fire? Yes. You can actually start hitting before she says go. A little bit, yeah. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, my fingers are actually getting tired from this. You actually caught a video of someone who did it for the requisite hours. Oh my god. Alright, 5 more of these. I just wanna... I just want to see what the level 50 prize is. I want to see what card we're gonna get. In all seriousness, it might actually help us when we have to play the stupid fucking card game in Trino. The only other thing I remember about this game. The Steam key for QWOP. Is QWOP on Steam? Is there like QWOP Premium Edition or something? There are many of QWOP likes on Steam, certainly. Let me ever quap lights. Oh no, shit, fuck, shit. Ah, I got off. Yeah, I can't do much more of this. It's on the Flash Game Archive project. Oh, that's good to hear. Actually, low-key playing it right now, nice. Let's see if we can do this. I also don't want to break the buttons on my nice controller. I would hate to waste the lifespan of this controller on this of all things. Quap Championship Edition EX Plus Alpha Third Strike Platinum featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series. I always dread the days my controllers die. Seems like every kind of controller past, like, the Super Nintendo controller dies at some point. For some reason, those early ones seem indestructible to me. It's only the third game in the Shut Up and Jam Gaiden series. Man, it's a shame those fell off. I never played Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden, but I think I read a screenshot LP of it, and it looked pretty amazing. And I loosely followed the development of this sequel. Xbox 360 controller died. It was not fun. Dude, I killed like 4 Xbox 360 controllers. I want an actual goddamn ribbon. Not a ribbon card. You should look at these cards you won. It's got arrows. That's like 2 arrows. That is stupid strong. How can you tell? How do you know it's strong? Yes. 7A are big numbers. Okay. Well, let's look at a basic ass card. 0P00. Okay. So this guy, the last number went up a bit. These guys, the third number went up a little bit. First number, third number. Okay, that has a letter instead of a number. So is it like 0 to 1 and then A is like the power? Each card has 3 digits and a letter. So it's digit, letter, digit, digit, right? M means it hits with magic, P means it hits with physical, X means it uses the best of the 2 values. Okay. So Tonberry does physical damage. So then that means they have a magic value and a physical value, right? Would that be the 3rd and 4th numbers? It might be using hexadecimal, so A would be 11. I just remember in Triple Triad, they didn't go past A, right? Wasn't it like 1 to 9 and then A, I think? The first number is the value of the card. Okay. A is for ace. That makes sense. Which one turns into Charizard again? The power, if you like. Okay. Okay. Interesting. The third number is your physical defense. Fourth number is your magic. Oh, okay. Okay. So, the ribbon card does magical damage, but its attack value is 0. However, it has huge physical defense and, like, ultimate... Yeah, amazing. Okay. I get where you're going at. Okay. A 0 attack value is still attack. Okay. So, very, very weak attack, then. Alright, so Lindblom has 0 attack. 0 physical attack, but... Okay, this is starting to make sense. This makes sense. Like a sword card would have attack, but no defense. Okay, so the thing here, then... First attack card specifically, so next attack type will attack based on the other card's weakest defense. Now the fun part. Oh, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Zero attack can still be good because you don't even roll defense unless there's an arrow. Okay. And also the RNG. Use the same card repeatedly, it gets more powerful. Okay. Tonberry has diagonal arrows. Right. So anything hit from the cardinal directions is going to own him regardless. Like the numbers aren't even going to factor in, right? If it plays an attack card in a cardinal direction I have arrows pointing at, he automatically loses. Gotcha. Okay. One more thing. Let's say I place a card diagonal to him. Okay. We fight and he loses. My remaining attack value goes through his arrows to attack. Oh. Okay. That's good to know. Because I would have assumed that it would have used the Tonberry's values. So if you get near the end of the battle and a lot of arrows are connected and you hit the last guy with like a really powerful card and you win, it has the potential to like flip a huge amount of the board then. The number actually defines what an attack and defense range the card has. Then both cards roll in their range, but like just like in D&D, a crit fail can mean you lose even if you're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome too, Lodra. All right, I appreciate this. This is actually good to know. I'm still not gonna play the card game, but it's good to know. The second character could also be a question mark or something. It means it attacks versus the lowest of the defenders: physical defense, magic defense, or attack. Oh, and it even factors in attack for that. Glad we're going to have a queen again. Alexandrian men are unreliable. But you had a queen before. Do you think Princess Garden is in love? It's late. I wonder if she ditched me. I wonder if the boy and girl staying over there are lovers. Heroine statue. Did I look at this before? The statue is built to commemorate General Madeline, who fought in the 9th Lindblom War in 1389. At the tender age of 13, General Madeline fought against the Lindblom army with only 9 soldiers under command. She died in 1401, well before her time. Wait, she was 13 in 1389. Jesus Christ, I think she died when she was 25. Yoicks. Actually demolished a tournament, got a really good reward by learning the card game. 13, old lady in the anime army. Actually kind of fun if you give it a chance. Let's see how the tournament goes. His dress isn't finished yet. And winning gets you more cards. The finest of child soldiers for Alexandria. X is attacks against lowest defense. A is attacks against lowest stat. Found grandma's savings of 9 gil. Wow, we're awful. Orko, you little monster. How dare you. Another card. I'm sorry, I'm an RPG protagonist. It's in my nature. I can't help who I am. Don't judge me because I steal everything that's not nailed down. There's definitely a monster's name. I don't have any work when there is an event going on in town. Please tell me if someone's hiring. I'm play a mean trumpet. Toot. Honk. Beep. People don't think much of the Knights of Pluto, but I think they're a fine bunch of fighters. I want to join them. I want to work hard and gain the respect of the people. Oh yeah, Grandma. All right, let's go get Son Goku. Probably getting lonely. He's probably getting lonely. Last night's play was great. I'm so glad I pushed myself to make a great sign for it. Welcome to my bar. Grandma's life savings is 9 gil. We're running around with how much? 54,493. I kind of wish money wasn't so meaningless in these games. Oh, he doesn't even want to come with us. Fuck him, then. We still can't get a PS5. Like, that was one of the things that I really liked in Disco Elysium, was that money is really important. Because you basically lost your wallet, and like there's a lot of solutions to problems that could be solved with money if you had any. And so you kind of have to use the little bit of money that you find intelligently. Or not. So it's kind of funny to go from something like that to something like this, where you just have like all the money in existence ever. And it seems like shopkeepers are aware of that the further you get in the game, because they start charging you like down payments on castles for like a new sword. One thing the keyword hasn't eaten is the rich. I run out of money a lot in this game. That's because I try to have one of each item for each character that can use it, which can get really expensive for the items that have to be crafted. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. And yeah, we haven't gotten to that point yet, so. I never had money problems in these games until they started letting you throw things. And then it wasn't that I was throwing all of my items, it's that I wasn't selling anything, because I wanted to have it on hand to throw if needed. But some like Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy VI just like load you up with money. Like you'll never run out of money in those games regardless. Or unemployed Jeff Bezos running around having adventures. Been a long time. Been a while. Where have you been? We were worried. Sorry, I've been training. Training? Yeah, training. Training for what? Tell us. It was... so fun to run around. Wait for me. Cat. Cat. Cat wants nothing to do with me. She'll let you throw things besides weapons. Throw that old pseudo armor to bird. Fuck it. I've been looking to play against an experienced card player. Keep looking, bud. Hubert, is that who's been trying to save us from the deep state? Sometimes they let you skip the middlemen and just throw your money at monsters directly. That's always fun, too. Welcome! Hi, Doug. How's it going, Doug? Oh, we need more high potions. High potions are expensive. Oh, my money! I only have 50,000 now. Life is hard. What? The fuck do you want? Son Goku's done himself in this time. Yeah. Fairness, remember the early game when money did matter. True. True. Yeah, money has mattered more in this game than it has in a lot of Final Fantasies. Like, offhand, the only Final Fantasy I can think of... well, no. Money mattered in 8, but that's because they specifically had a really weird way of getting you money in 8. And money mattered in 1. For, like... the whole first half of the game. Well, actually, even beyond that too. If you, the more magic casters you have in your party in 1, the tighter your budget is. Money didn't matter in 8 at all. Not one tiny bit. Huh. I must have totally forgot. I accidentally stumbled into infinite money on the. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I think if you don't stumble onto infinite money, it might matter. Maybe. I don't remember much about 8. I'm gonna think of it. Ignore me. Forget it. Forget I said anything, chat. I am not the expert on Final Fantasy VIII I have purported to be. Final Fantasy 1, though. I know that shit. You have infinite money, your seed rank is completely irrelevant, it gates nothing. Done a lot of hard work and now you have money, because that's how America works. If you work hard, you'll be wealthy and won't have to worry. Works out here because this isn't America. 5 lets you buy elixirs for 50k a pop. Wow, nice. Yeah, I can't really think, like, most Final Fantasies don't have money sinks. Like, even the throw money skills don't drain you of that much. Think about it, he's never been in a serious relationship before. Probably doesn't even know what to do with himself right now. Come on, he's in love with a queen. Didn't he think it'd work out? Did he think it would work out? I'm sure he thought about that a lot. That's why he's eternal. If only he could buy card packs. Looks so depressed. Yeah. This is something he needs to deal with head on. This is gonna make him stronger. You'll see. Artemisian? Laughs in Yojimbo. Who the hell is that? They're so cute. Did Square Enix ever make a game that's just about Moogles? Where, like, all your characters are Moogles, you play as Moogles, everything is Moogle related? Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Hey, Stillskin, long time no see. Hey, Artemisian. Why does your coat look so shiny? Well, it's none of my business. Listen, have you been delivering mail properly? Yeah, of course I have. Are you sure that you delivered all my mail to my friends? Of course I did. You sent out 3. What about the other 3? Are you here to see the new queen too? Oh god, I clicked through something. Oh god, we'll never know what it is. Well, this runs over. Where'd my son go? He's always playing with his cat. I think all the Square mascot games are Chocobo themed. Bad End Locked In. I think I just agreed with an aristocrat. Seppuku is the only honorable way out now. A lot of things happened during Queen Braun's reign, but overall it was a good time for us. So I put together a wreath made of roses for a gravestone. Oh, that was you. It's really fucking loud. So the bad end is locked in. See yourself to the guillotine. I'm open today. Good for you. Oh, there's some new shit. Angel Bliss. Angel Bless. That was Bliss. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Wait, we have a gold choker. I know that. An extension hair ornament enchanted with various powers worn by women. Raises thunder elemental attack. Nice. Pearl Rouge. Holy damage reduced by 50%. Raises water attack. Wow, Jesus. I don't know, lady. Do you think Princess Garnet will be a good queen for Alexandria? We said yes, I think. Okay, good. Actually, I'm okay with that then. You can have an all-Moogle team of Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced and Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced 2. I don't think that's what you're at. No. I mean like a game about Moogles. Other answer, I like Queen Braun better. Okay, well, we dumbed our way into a decent answer then. I think I'm gonna make the Angel Bless and Magician Robe, and that'll be that for now. I didn't need that mage staff. No, I didn't need that mage staff because Orko's already learned all the staff stuff. I think we're just on the oak staff because it has the best attack. Congrats, you're supporting Monarch. Your prize, the guillotine. But they're all monarchs. Magician's Robe's just auto potion. Better stats though. I'm not getting belly. Not having it. He can't learn MP plus 10%. That kind of sucks. I only have one moonstone, so. Bet you didn't expect the Moogle Mill to have an actual plot. I do remember when I played this game before, I did the Moogle Mill plot. I have no idea what it is, but I do remember that I did it. Elegant Frost, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going, folks? Good to see you tonight. I think that's the one he already has. I think we already have a bunch of these. What shit is this? Throwing weapon used with the thrown command throw cannot be equipped. Ah, okay. I don't think I've gotten a twist headband before. I don't remember what I played now. I think I want an Ice Lance. What are we playing tonight, Elegant Frost? What are we up to? There's a Moogle House minigame for the Gold Saucer and 7 is probably closest you're gonna get. I remember that. It's really dumb. It's cute, but the gameplay is just push button at right time. I haven't seen my brother in ages. Family is precious. We look alike, but inside we're very different. We all raise the roof in our own special ways. We're gonna drawing some new emotes. Oh, cool. I would love to see them when you're done. Guess I can't get in there anymore. Today's episode of Final Fantasy IX. A small child blows all his money shopping for weapons he doesn't need. What do you mean? We reserved a room at 100 gil for 3 nights. No, it's actually 100 gil per night. But I chose this inn because I heard it was 100 gil for 3 nights. Dear, let's just pay 300 gil and stay at this inn. Well, it's Coronation Week, so the rate is 120 gil per night. What? What kind of business are you running here? He's making such a scene. I'm so embarrassed right now. Really, you can say all video games are push button at the right time. Thanks for that, buddy. That really helps. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Think so too. Mom, the murder machine thinks Dad's being embarrassing. What should we do? What is going on here? It's a pretty realistic depiction of how hotels work. We can't back down now. Oh, great. You're raising your son to be an asshole, too. Good work, bud. Except for the wee ones, those are wiggle stick at the right time. Don't need a Wii for that, let me tell you. Okay, apparently there's nothing back there. That was the interaction prompt for them, right? Not anything else? Yeah, it's for them. The town theme here really reminds me of like a more pleasant Zozo theme. Which comes to mind because Zozo's theme was so good. Ruby's mad at me again. How can I calm her down? Yo, Orko, can you do me a favor? What is it? I want you to see Ruby's play with us. I want to walk around some more. That's too bad. Zozo's Bizarre Adventure. My kitten Mittens ran away. Mittens is free now, child. You love something, let it go. Can't stay since I don't want to spoil Final Fantasy IX for myself. Have a good night. You too, Elegant Frost. Thanks for dropping by. Great to see you as always. And thanks for the raid. Hey, have you been traveling? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, have you been twaveling? I haven't seen you in a while. That's right, precocious child. I've seen some shit. No Zoso, that sweet Zed Leplum. It's a music thing. Hi, Kupo. I have a letter from Kupo to Kupo. My big brother sent me a letter, Kupo. Where's he been? I've been worried. Fossil Roo is very comfortable. I like it here. Kupo. We play hide and seek every day. The most important things in life are to work hard and play hard. Kupo. Glad my big brother is doing well, Kupo. He was sealed in a wall. Just FYI. Artemisian just delivered a letter to me from far away. Let's read it. Literally shivered when Oddish did that voice. From Mugrika to Kupo. Even Moogles want to look beautiful. I use my special item very carefully. You don't come across it very often. Very special to me, Kupo. Oh, it's a letter from Mugrika, the most beautiful Moogle in the world. What a pleasant surprise. Kupo. Let's save. I think this ended up being a really good game for chill nights, honestly. Winning the Miss Mog competition 5 years in a row. I'm Artemisian, the mailman. Ask me why I don't deliver mail properly? I can't tell you. I'll buy a set of Phoenix Pinion High Potion Elixir? Hell yes. My lucky day. Thanks, buddy. I'll use the money for my next journey. If you don't buy Stiltskin's packages, does he not travel anymore? I feel like maybe I asked that before. Gotta take off, feed yourself. Thanks for the stream. My pleasure, Satellite Sun. Thanks for coming out. Yank that rope. You think that's correct? That's a shame. Oh my god. Hipal didn't learn his lesson the first time? Put his freaking summon cards up there. If you don't buy Stiltskin's shit, he dies. Fucking dies. That's a lot of attack. That's a lot of attack. Okay, so I guess the summons just have a dickload of attack. Cool. Cool, cool. That's capitalism for you. Onion Meister. I don't know what to serve after the new queen's coronation festivities. Oh, I wish the chef that cooked for Princess Garnet's birthday party would come back. Been a man of the sea up until now, but lately I've been considering piloting airships. Regent Sid of Lindblum invented an airship that can fly without the mist. Can you believe that? I wonder if they'll let me go on that airship when I go to Lindblum. I wonder how Lindblum's doing. I have to assume the occupation's over. Do you know anything about Regent Shid's wife? Okay, then. No, I don't. Regent Shid's wife is a very stubborn woman. That's fascinating, Gramps. Tell me more. Alright, let's see this damn play. Sure, I like plays. Cool! Go down the staircase behind us. That's where Ruby's theater is. Bro. Me and Ruby don't get along very well. How many coffees do you have? I can't tell you. I'll check my menu the next chance I get. Blank? Don't you know I hate it when you're late? How many times do I gotta tell you? Huh? Who are you? Strange, kinda. Hey, Orko. Is he a friend of yours, Senna? Yeah, it's a secret. I could tell you, but then I have to kill you. Hello, Uncle Senna. Uncle Senna. Don't call him Uncle. Don't call him Uncle. It's gonna get weird. I'm not old enough to be your uncle. I'm younger than I look. You're a funny one. I like you. Want to see my play, little fella? Yeah. Oh, what a sweetie. I like you even more. We'll get rolling in a minute. Sit wherever you want. All the way in the back. Not even facing the stage. Japanese honorific. Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, you're right. They had to cover for an honorific. I think your plan worked. Ain't nothing to it. Blank, we'll talk later. Busted. Jarbsy? Yes, princess. I'd like to find Son Goku and talk to him. Princess, you have more important matters at hand. You live in a different world now. Oh, what's happening here? Princess, is it time? It is time for you to get changed. That's why everybody's in here. General Beatrix, will you help her? Yes, sir. Oh, there's something I must give you, princess. Nice. Whoa, whoa! Those stones contain your power, which Queen Braun forcibly... Well, it's all past. This is a nice remix of the theme. Master Jarbsy? Master Jarbsy, do you intend to stay here and watch? No. Excuse me. Beatrix. I'd like to see Son Goku. Please? Now may not be a good time. Even you agree with Jarbsy. Oh, well, in that case... Your Highness, I know, it's okay. With Sarah out of the picture, now's my chance to win Son Goku's heart. First, I'll write him a love letter. I'm gonna make it the most romantic letter ever written. And the Queen may place quite a burden on Princess Garnet. Trying to get used to the idea of the castle without her mom and the idea of being queen. She must persevere. The people of Alexandria are watching. He looks pretty smart. Hey, you look like the bookish type. What gives you that impression? You really want me to explain? Oh yes, I'm very curious. Where should I start? First, your beard. Second, your nerdy hat. Third, your thick eyeglasses. All signs of a nerdy philosopher. You don't hold back, do you? The security in this palace isn't the greatest, yeah. Hey, are you a writer? Well, yes, I did make my living as a writer for a while. Will you help me write a letter? A letter? Gladly, if you think I can be of assistance. Okay then, follow me. That girl has a horn. That horn. Oh, so your nose takes up 80% of your face? I had completely forgotten about it until now. I'd never been as surprised as I was that day. A ship drifted ashore after a storm. Inside the ship were a woman and a baby girl. The woman was dead, but the girl was still breathing. Imagine my surprise as I looked in the girl's face. Because the girl looked exactly like Princess Garnet, who had just passed away. With one exception. She had a horn. Human with a horn. Where did she come from? The king ordered the girl's horn removed. The girl cried out in pain. He and his wife, Queen Braun, decided to raise the girl as Princess Garnet. That girl who spoke to me. Could she be related to Princess Garnet? That's really fucked up. We're gonna chop off a part of your body and pretend you're our dead daughter. No wonder Sarah has issues. Hey, will you hurry up? Oh, excuse me. Well, when you put it like that. Princess, you look splendid. She does clean up pretty well. Good thing the music is fitting. Thank you. By the way, something I must tell you, Beatrix. Yes, princess? I am not my mother's... I mean, Queen Braun is not my real mother. Mrs. Garnet. Dr. Todd has already informed us. Yeah, everybody knows. However, my allegiance to you remains the same, if not stronger. Beatrix. Thank you. It's finished! Son Goku fall in love with me the instant he reads this letter. Thanks, mister. It was my pleasure, my lady. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my name's Aunt Tifa. I'm from Madain Sari. Hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Madain Sari? Madain Sari is the village of summoners. But I thought it was only a legend. This mean. Limits her somewhat. She couldn't hear the Eidolon Aunt Tifa was talking about the Aphra tree. My first command as High Monarch, every child in the kingdom is to be fitted with a horn. It's probably also the thing Sarah is dealing with, knowing that she's adopted and not really a princess. Yeah, she's got a lot to deal with. What is going on here? What's up, Mosh? Oh, mail, come on. I don't think we need to sit there. Where am I going? Son Goku's in town. But I want to explore. Alright, fine. Jesus. Has a massive burden on her more than any other character, I think. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, I can't wait to hand this letter to Son Goku. Where'd he go? Well... Jesus Christ. Maybe Orko? I don't know. He might not have a bigger burden. He might just have a different one. Sarah has a lot of pressure on her, and also the uncertainty of her origins. But I mean, Orko's basically in permanent existential crisis mode. Now it's time for wacky hijinks. Help! Hey, are you okay? Can't breathe. And then she was strangled to death. Rip Aunt Tifa. Sorry, didn't see you jump out. You're too high up. Can't get you down. This miner is suffocating. Stop laughing, you poop. Oh, shoot, my letter. Not permanent, will only last a year tops. Ouch. Yeah, that whole enslaved race thing. It's gotta weigh him down a bit. Hey, if you can get me down, deliver that letter to Son Goku. Alright? Son Goku? Yeah, no problem. Right after I read it to everyone in town. Or if she forgot to sign it. What am I supposed to do now? Dude totally got roasted. Poop. He's never gonna live that down. Hey, the boat ain't here. Castle patrol completed. Huh? Why, if it isn't Baku, the leader of Tantalus. Who just called my name? Oh, it's you. Should we capture him? No, he saved my life. You may go. I will handle this. Yes, sir. Ain't such a knucklehead anymore, huh? Silence! This is no place for thieves. You must leave, now. That's how it is, huh? Do I gotta remind you that one of my boys saved your kingdom? I bet you ain't got no ears for listening to a lowlife like me. Are you talking about Son Goku? Yes, he did protect the princess and her kingdom. Doesn't change the fact that you are all thieves. Cannot let your kind roam about the castle. No appreciation whatsoever, huh? Well, I don't got any reason to stay here anyway. Hey, you know where Son Goku might be? He hasn't visited the castle since we returned. Maybe he can teach you a thing or two about proper manners. Hey, I get your point. Shit. Had enough of your self-righteousness. Ha! Perfect timing. Take me into town. Curse you! Person I let go? He's just standing there. I wonder if he's actually supposed to be gone, but because we have this modded for widescreen, you can still see him. Ah, so is Jarbsy. I thought I heard him yelling. Alexandria is at peace again, yet my heart is full of sorrow. Why? Oh shit, it's Beatrix. Jarbsy must have dropped this. Let's see. When the night sky wears the moon as its pendant, I shall await you at the dock. What is this letter? Did Jarbsy write me a love letter? Jarbsy. The fuck? So Aunt Tifa didn't sign it and didn't address it to anyone. It's a generic love letter for use in any and all wacky hijinks. Shut up, not a roguelike. Jesus Christ. Don't put that evil on us. Sarah, you all cozy on your throne already? No. No, no, no. Can't start my day without Sarah. Her smile, her voice. Her voice is like a beautiful song. And her song makes me soar high into the sky. But now, you can still fly high, darling. Son Goku, you can do it! She's right. Why are you still moping? This isn't like you at all. Yeah. Stop it, you don't understand how I feel. Whoa! Long time no see, Son Goku. What happened? You look pathetic. Boss, let me join Tantalus again. We can steal treasure together, just like old times. Treasure, huh? Right, ain't much treasure lying around in this world, boy. Oh, you'd be surprised. People leave chests all over the damn place. Besides, Tantalus always gets what he sets his eye on. That's our rule number 1, remember? No, you don't. You got no right to join us. You understand what I'm saying? Can't even capture a canary. You ain't got what it takes to join Tantalus. She's 6 and Dr. Todd is a nerd. Neither of them know how love letters work. Boss. Hey, Son Goku, can we go see Sarah? Why can't you be more honest, like with this little guy? Baku said to the man with guilt falling out of his pockets. Can we? Please? Alright. Let's cheer her on before she becomes a queen. Yeah! God, now what? I forgot. Darn, I forgot to give Son Goku that letter. Huh? I lost it. I'm an idiot. That's hilarious. Seems like this text is all the same. Cat. Hey, do you want some new stuff? No, you're still... Wait, you're still learning Lucky 7. What the hell is thievery? Yeah, hit the high. Hey, nice chat with you too, Justin Brett. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Always a pleasure. Thievery. Oh, we can finally get ability up. Good. He's almost there on level up, too. Thievery is a higher chance of stealing the rare item. Well, oh, hey, I don't need that, actually. How funny. Coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Lodro High. Thank you. Where's ability up? Did I pass it already? Ability up. Oh, ability up is 3. Sweet. Take out Bug Killer. There we go. Items. Key. We just have Kerman. Something that does ridiculous damage, huh? It's Gadget! I miss Gadget. Second coffee is at that area near Evil Forest where Sin was making coffee. Ah, okay. Son Goku doesn't even stop by to say hello. But look who does. Who are you staring at? You really that tough? Try me. I don't go looking for trouble, but I'll fight back if trouble finds me. Why don't you apologize? Maybe I'll forgive you. Thievery is amazing, especially the way Odyssey's been playing. Stop right now or I'll charge both of you with disorderly conduct. Hey, what's going on here? Son Goku. I'd love to stop and talk, but I'm busy right now. She, friend of yours. Tell her who I am. Go on. Tell her. Tell her I'm the flaming nut slammer. Sorry, nut slammer. She's just a little worked up about something. I've never, literally never. Sorry, babe. They're my friends. No, don't tell her that, please. Will you let them go for my sake? Sure. Princess Garnet asked us to give special treatment to you, Master Orko, Miss Gadget. Sarah. I see, thanks. I think you get annoyment. Your nut slammer is flaming. Corruption! Nepotism. Hey, Gadget, stop being so mad, alright? Do you know why I'm really mad? It's because of you. Where have you been? Sarah's about to become queen and you're off wandering about. Have you found out anything more about Kuja? Well, answer me. Well, I tried to find more info, but... Look, if Kuja was responsible for taking Sarah's Eidolons and killing Braun, who was working with him, don't you think he'd come after Sarah again? That's a really good point. I know. What can I do? Couldn't even talk to her, remember? I don't even know if I can protect her. Besides, she's gonna be queen. She'll have all the guards she'll need. She won't need me. But Son Goku, I think Sarah wants to see you. So let's go see her. Yeah. But we'll leave as soon as we're done. Son Goku, you're not getting away from me. You still owe me a rematch. Suit yourself. Oh, this is like, oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a Disney World style moat to this place. Gondola! Gondola! Hey, can I fight that stupid book again? And the queen can help Son Goku get into a really prestigious gang of petty... What the shit? Would you like to go to the harbor? No. Here's the harbor by riding the Neptune statue. That's interesting. Don't call the book stupid. That's why the librarian left. Oh, what? Lapis lazuli. Do I have one of those? Oh shit, no. Restores HP can be used in the field. Oh wait. You're an Alexandria, even Neptune's a sexy lady. Have to try to equip and see what it teaches. Okay. Maybe I can't get in to see the book. Could probably beat the book now. Nah, let go! Ow! There's no way to treat a lady. Quit screaming or I'll throw you in the dungeon. Nah! What happened, Aunt Tifa? Son Goku! That was horrible. He called me a liar and a loudmouth and a brat. He's right. What'd you just say? Do you want to repeat that? Man, I hate kids. Calm down a little. What's your name? Me? I'm Aunt Tifa. Aunt Tifa Carol of Medain Sari. Medain Sari? Well, I've never heard of it. Don't you know anything? Medain Sari is a... Silence! What are you all doing here? It's the royal castle. You do not belong here. Hello, Mr. Jarbsy. Master Orko. Pleasure to see you again. We came here to see Sarah. Princess? That is Master Orko's wish. I shall arrange a meeting. It really has no chill. You all wait right there. Man, Nut Slammer is totally doing the anime dude thing. Okay. Widescreen mode does break this a little bit, I've noticed. Just a little. Princess, we are ready. She's totally clipped inside of Beatrix, too. Thank you for coming, everyone. She looks beautiful. Wow, you look beautiful. Splendid. Son Goku, have you nothing to say? I'd call him out. No. Princess, we must go now. Alright. Sarah, wait! Here we are, the whole party finally together in the same room. Sarah, is this the last time we're ever going to see each other? Oh no, of course not. I won't be able to wander around the world with you anymore. But I'll never forget our journey together. Sarah, I want us to remain good rivals forever. Rivals? Aunt Tifa, you say funny things sometimes. I said the whole party. I miss Cubert, though. Oh, there's some things I wanted to give you. Let's trade the jewels as a symbol of our friendship. 2 of my jewels. 2 of my jewels. Goodbye, Aunt Tifa. I see you, Beatrix. Oh god, it's horrible! Oh god! They're an abomination! I shall now return to the void. Why didn't you say anything to her, Son Goku? I don't know. I tried. And? I couldn't say anything! I'm just gonna sit here on the carpet. I had a whole speech ready for her. But it would have been a lie. How could I lie to her? Good luck, Sarah. I'll be watching you from afar. Come find me if you need someone to talk to. It's a big fat lie. That's not how I feel at all. The speech is a lie. Not how I feel at all. Damn game! Actually getting me to empathize with Son Goku for once. So there's only room for Sarah in Son Goku's heart. Wish I hadn't written that stupid letter. Son Goku looks so sad. Is there anything I can do for him? Ah, Son Goku, I hate you! You sensitive fool. You don't even know how I feel. I feel bad about ditching him, but I really don't feel like seeing him tonight. I should hide before he shows up. Shoot! Someone's coming. Can be Son Goku. There's no one here, bro. I guess I'm early. Maybe. There's only 6, you probably only command like 5 soldiers at her age. I wonder who wrote you that love letter. Well, just read the letter. I bet she's beautiful. Really? Are you sure you didn't write it yourself? I mean, you caught the letter falling from the floor above you, right? Wow, even Beatrix sucks at this. I'm telling you, she was too shy to hand me the letter herself. If you don't think I'm a ladies' man, you're wrong. Chicks are intimidated by good-looking guys. Someone's coming. Thank you, Marcus. It's hi, bro. Fuck's sake. Must tighten up security around the castle from now on. Dusk to dawn. Rain or shine, I must patrol the castle. Right, clear. Left, clear. Huh? It's a piece of paper. This looks like a letter. Let's see. I really like how they handle the dialogue in this. Me too. Me too. Giving each person their own individual speech bubble lets them screw around a lot more with the dialogue and have people interrupt each other and talk over each other. Can't do that with full voice acting. It'd be insanely tough. Yeah. My goodness, this is a love letter. Who wrote it to whom? No address or addressee. Did someone drop it here knowing that I would pass by? Who could it have been? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Jarbsy. Beatrix. Was it you? Are they in love? Bro. It's quiet. Jarbsy. Beatrix. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Oh, Tifa ships it. My nose is bleeding. Stick your thumb up it. That's you! Boss? Oh, you totally ruined the scene. Okay, that was cute. I like that. That was really cute. That's Son Goku. Where did he go? Who knows? I'll go look for him. Nah! Hey, watch it! I'm not in a good mood right now. Stay out of my way. Excuse me. Have you seen a young lady named Aunt Tifa? Oh. It's the nerd. You're as energetic as ever. Yep, I'm always energetic. I'm actually hurting on the inside from being rejected by Son Goku. Did you say something? Nope, I didn't. Didn't you come here to talk to me about something? Oh yes, I almost forgot. Aunt Tifa's your spirit animal. Perhaps. Your village, what was the name? Madain Sari. Yes, I wanted to ask you a few questions about Madain Sari. Sure, I'll tell you everything I know. You help me out. But why don't we go to your place? We can relax there. To my home? My home is located in Trino. It's a bit far from here. Trino? Sounds like a cool place. I'm really interested in sightseeing. I want to go there. I'm coming with you. This card get off. I thought I remembered the card tournament, but I didn't remember why, and I thought like we had to win some important item off of like the card champion or something. Apparently, this dickhead here just wants to go play cards just because. Lol, no reason. No, it doesn't, Orko. Shut the fuck up. Gadget, you disappoint me. You will play. You will learn to play Blitzball, hot damn it. Quite a party this is becoming. It'd be my pleasure. We shall all go to Trino. There's still mist here. Kinda looks like the Aoife tree before we got rid of the mist. I don't think the mist is as dense as it was before. Yes, I heard that you all stopped the mist. The mist permeated through the roots. That's probably why it still lingers here. Might be able to get the second two. Can't remember if we get down to the floor of the valley. I know we'll be able to get it eventually. So I guess the third one is the one that we only have a limited window to get. Yes, shall we? Clowns on a dark night. Speaking of dickheads, no one is here. Is no one here really? Yes. Sure you are about that? That is enough. It's the gathering of the Juggalos. Still in their infancy here in the world of Final Fantasy IX. Now, what we do what? We are going to ask Princess Garnet if we can return to the castle. Return to the castle? Can we really? It's another problem with the card game. The only prize for it is just more cards. I will not know until... We must hide. Looks like no one's here. Yeah. I guess this is about the only thing we can do for Son Goku. Keep up the night watch and preserve Alexandra's peace. Yeah, I think so too. Peaceful night. It's almost scary. Okay, let's finish our rounds. Alright. That was close. Now what? We cannot stay as long as those meddlers are here. Final Fantasy IX, welcome to Dark Carnival. We must leave Alexandria. And go to Trino. Obviously. And now we're in Trino. I never knew about this secret passage. I apologize for the lack of space. It's fine. Hey, Nuts! Hey, Nut Slammer, have you been here before? Eidolons, how do they work? What about you? Me, I've been to every place where there are beautiful women. Can we talk about Madain Sari later? I want to go sightseeing. Oh, of course, there's no hurry. What are you staring at? Let's go. Who, me? Yes, you. This is my first time in Trino. Show me around. Then I shall go as well. I'll take this chance to relax. What about you, Nut Slammer? I don't understand him. You know, today is the last day for the card game tournament registration. I better go register. I'm a skilled card player. Please let me know if you need assistance. Hey, I'm not so out of practice that I'd need your help. I see. Good luck. Oh, Christ. Aunt Tifa Talks Life. Final Fantasy VI, 1 clown. Final Fantasy IX, 2 clowns. Future games? Why didn't you... Why didn't I invite Son Goku? Yeah. Those two are thick like bricks. They don't realize how they feel about one another until they're apart. What do you mean? Oh, you big dope! Okay, listen carefully. Son Goku really likes Sarah. But Son Goku wants to act cool, so they misunderstand each other and end up fighting. Now do you understand? Not really. Son Goku wouldn't stop acting cool in front of me either. It's so hopeless. Hey, what's that? Is that the card stadium? Hey, wait. Final Fantasy 15 clown car. Final Fantasy 12 nothing but clowns. I know, Library Man, I'm being pressured and I don't like it. It's gone. Hey, you're... Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why don't you play some people before the tournament begins and collect some better cards? If you're running low on cards, I will give you some of mine. Fuck off. Can I leave? I don't think the Gargant will be back anytime soon. Can I just leave? Can I leave Trino and never come back? Oh sweet, this game has Gwent. Final Fantasy 21 cards, damn it. How he ended up here? How he end up here? I never expected to run into you again. Thank you very much for your help on the airship. Hey, no worries. My master's a good man. Anyone else would have refused. Giant Yu-Gi-Oh! Style arena with holographic projectors for the card effects. You should thank my master. He's the one who agreed to take you to Alexandria for free. Yeah. How was the play? Did you like it? Yeah. Wasn't there an accident during the show? Were you okay? Oh, well, yeah, I was okay. Good, well, I gotta get back to work. Hey, don't you live near Trino? Yes, I do. The family must be worried. Go home soon. See ya. Huh, neat. A little bit of Orko backstory. But Grandpa's gone. I don't know how important this decision is. I'm thinking we should stop by at home. Does this affect anything in particular, or are we just gonna get like an extra scene or something? I figure I might as well ask. God, I really do need to shave, don't I? Go to your home. Yeah, we'll stop by home. Extra scene, possibly something else, don't remember for sure. Okay, well, since I'm so close to home, I might as well stop by. Just don't get eaten on the way, please. I've grown rather fond of you. Memories by the water. Oh, this is the bird lady's place. Oh, we need to stop in with her. We found some more Salazio. Plus 3 relationship points for Orca. Nothing's changed. Damn it, that bird lady didn't fall for it. Gotta find my next scam. Just clipped through him. Damn, ain't you gonna apologize for that? Hey, I'm talking to you. Don't you know who I am? No. What? I'm the infamous... Huh? I've seen you somewhere before. You're... Never gets old. You're the flaming nut slammer. I'm sorry. I cry every time. What happened, nut slammer? That guy was totally frightened. Oh, I know. You were being a bully, weren't you? My grandpa always told me that bullies are actually cowards. Just leave me alone. So he's traveling with a kid. Never knew the flaming... God. Oh, God. Chat, the tables have turned. I never knew the flaming nut slammer had a soft spot for kids. Well, chat, it's been a good ride, but I think that's the end of this channel. Never living that one down. Well, now, excuse me. Tja, yikes forever and ever and ever. So weird. Nut Slammer, where are you going? Oh God, are they gonna do like the dramatic moments where they're like having a heart to heart? They're like dot dot dot. Nut Slammer. I never knew you felt that way. Nut Slammer. I think I finally understand you. Why didn't you tell me sooner, Nut Slammer? The girl with the ribbon in her hair and the boy with the pointy hat look suspicious. Nobody cares what you think, child. I confess my love to you, the flaming Nut Slammer. This asshole's still walking around. What do you want? I have nothing to say to the likes of you. So he thrives on chaos. The black market is fueled by uncertainty. I have to get my usual. I have to invest in GameStop. Oh, I'm so glad you joined me for tea again tonight. Oh yes, I'm happy just to be with you. I'm sorry, we only serve members here. Yeah, I got a member for you. Dr. Nutslammer, the patient only has a 25% chance of survival. Oh, shit. No, wait. Thing. Go back. Honestly, Nutslammer might be the MVP name of this one. The main attraction of tonight's auction is dark matter, supposedly. Interesting. But if that's true, there's no chance in the world I could ever afford to buy it. You never know. If other people spend more money buying other items, it could be cheaper. The man who always sits in the front row is there to buy the main attraction. You can try recommending other items to him. Maybe. Dark matter. Many things come into Trino. This means you can always find something new. Hey. Welcome. Oh, it's the synth shop. Okay. Looks like it's all the same stuff. If you want the coffee, take Son Goku out of town and to Dali. Okay. Alright, we'll do that. Dark matter is a get. Writings on Stelazia must mean something, don't you think? Who cares? I just want the reward. Do they mean something? What do I have? Virgo and Libra. Watching the sunset from the Cape, Virgo whispered, "My only wish is to be with you now." Libra was a perverse fellow. He'd always walk in the opposite direction of the sun. Would he ever see Virgo? We have received one Stelazia from you. Oh, how's some more? Oh, you have the Libra. Give it to me in return for a reward. Oh, you're most kind. Now give it to me. Just suck it right out of my body. You may take the reward from my servant. Okay, that's not very impressive. Yeah, the Virgo. Money. Okay, I'll take money. Alright, let's go get the coffee. Let's go get the coffee, and then that might actually do it for tonight. We'll probably, I think, next Tuesday we'll come back. And, well, shit. We're never actually leaving here. City people. I purchased a life-size griffin statue the other day. How wonderful, I bet it's gorgeous. Indeed it is, I had to add a room to my mansion for it. Oh my. Everything costs so much. I am also thinking about buying a behemoth statue for our mansion. Everything costs so much. No. I guess city people have their problems too? I thought they'd be more carefree. Koopa. Koopa. Hey, what are you doing? Hello, little girl. Oh, you're the one who's being pushed around by nuts. Don't be silly. What can I do for you, Mr. Wimpy? I think I love Aunt Tifa. She's quickly becoming my favorite character in this game. Alright. Hey, are you new here? Uh-huh, I'm sightseeing. Hey, why don't I show you around? Period, question mark. No thanks, I'm fine by myself. Wait. Damn it, why do I gotta deal with this brat? Just need to nab her and get evil nuts. That bounty on his head is mine for the taking. I'm leaving. Wait, I'll take you out to dinner. Dinner? Oh, Gilbert! That's right, what would you like to eat? Trino gelato, seaweed pasta, the choice is yours. You say you have delicious food? Yeah, lots of delicious... Huh? Hey, Gilbert! You say you have delicious food? Wait, who the heck are you? I want delicious food. Why do I gotta... Are you part of Nutslammer's posse? Maybe Nutslammer hired him to protect the girl? Ah, you go with delicious food. I love this widescreen mod. So weird. Oppo. Hey, drop something. We got a Chimera armlet. The hell in damnation is that? Not bad. Mug and add status. Okay, I'm gonna try and get it made for real Chimera. I'm gonna try and get right out of this town so we can go get that coffee. And then that'll be it for the night. Seriously. Seriously. We'll come back and explore Trino on Tuesday. And do the card shit and hopefully get out of here too. Wait, no. Can you get to Dolly from here? I guess we just have to go through the thing, huh? Yeah, the gate. Okay, cool. Hey, Mr. Lister Blister, what's up? Yes, world map music. It's so good, isn't it? It's so nice. You just sit here and just drink it in. Yeah, dude. How you doing? How you been, buddy? I wish, Mr. Lister Blister, I wish I had no use for human sleep so I could actually watch your streams. I've always enjoyed them, the rare chances I've had to catch them. Oh, just before I forget, Thievery doesn't improve the chance of rare items. Its skill, it deals damage, lots of it. It has a variable, though. What is variable? Gets stronger based on the amount of times you've stolen. Okay. Well, hang on here, because, no. I guess it's over here. We're working on Lucky 7 right now. What is the thing that teaches... Thievery is on its own. Yeah, I didn't equip it. Because, I mean, this is... this is the thing I was talking about with the skill system in this game, is like... I want to learn these skills, but if I skip to Angel Bliss, I'm not gonna want to downgrade to like Exploda or whatever it is I'm using right now. I guess I could actually equip Exploda now, since we're in like an easier part of the game for a bit. Both good. Thievery is an endgame skill. Okay. I mean, we'll get it eventually. What the fuck? I could really go for some ore. Okay. Here you go. Much appreciated. Please give my best regards to Ladybug. Oh, damn. Oh my god, I'm so glad I just equipped that weapon. Holy shit, I'm so glad I just equipped that weapon. What a windfall. Jesus Christ. Where is that one? Wait, where? I just got 20 points towards both of those. Oh, fuck, dude. Ah, that's great. Yeah, the music broke again, unfortunately. Hopefully it'll fix when we go in here. Nah, we're stuck with it. The chain for it, you find Ladybug, you get prompted again. It's a remix, it's good music. Mist disappeared and the cable car stopped working. Yep, just all the music. All the music ever. I read that before. I think Final Fantasy 42, all the notes. Village of Dolly's beyond this gate. You gotta go to the other gate if you want to get to Tree now. Yeah, I want to go. Yes, I still have my gate pass. Thank you. Can you? Oh. Cool. I actually have a map. I didn't realize that. Okay, I can just turn sound off, and then this is just the sound. This is just the soundtrack for the rest of the evening. You search the mayor's office. Kid's sleeping in there. Don't wake the kid up. Wow. Okay. So this is the only point in the game where you can do this. That's kind of cool. Hi. God, you're weird and gross. Any other time the mayor's in the office and kicks you out. Oh, because he was in Alexandria for the coronation. Ah, that tracks. Okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. It's a really cool looking weapon, too. Next. I mean, as long as there's no, like, permanent failure state, maybe I can figure it out. Snick. Ow, ow. Ow, ow. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, I can just... Why am I doing exactly 777 damage to everything? Just have to start over? Okay, yeah, I'll work it out. Are you sure they're not Grinben? So now that I know about thievery, the more I steal from things. Why is this happening? I want you to equip the Angel Blessed and just use Thievery one time just to see. I mean, I'm going to eventually. Hey, bird is out. The mayor's in here, check the room. Alright. Where should I check? Desk. I got a mini brawn. Shelf? Who's there? Shoot! Yeah, this is where they make Orcos and kidnap Orcos. Do I just have to do it in the right order? He doesn't seem to mind if I check the desk. Oh, and right timing? Oh, he's moving! Little bastard's moving, too. If you're trying not to disturb someone sleeping restlessly, what would you do? Stay away from them? Get a pillow. So the ladder's right there, the heater's across from him. Where was the shelf? Sleep spell. Wait. What if... Stay put until they settle down? Good knife will fix all this, and then you can search without worrying about him. I mean, I'm trying... Like, he turns over on his side, and then he lays back like that. So I'm trying to wait until he lays back like that. Okay, that actually worked. There's nothing here. Alright, what did heater next? Is there, like, another way into this room? Time doesn't pass until you take an action. So wait, am I just... Okay, so go ahead and explain to me how this works, because this is really weird. Does the order that I check things in matter? Because... Or does it matter, like, where I came into the room from? Search the place you're at until the kid goes... Oh. Okay. I think I get it. Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay. It's like it's like a level. I get it. He has levels of awakeness. And the more times you check the same place, his level of sleepiness builds up. Nothing here. Alright, cool. Nah, I gotcha. Okay. Alright, so with the mayor's key... What do I need the mayor's key for? Also, I remember there was treasure up here I couldn't get because this place was going. Ah, but it's not going. It is no longer going. I got Kakushka. Produce the symbol of the mayor. Completely sealed. Oh yeah, I guess they don't have to do this shit anymore. They need the key to open this up. Says mayor's key here. Open. Bird. Herb. Love you. Love you. That was a rich ass bird. Holy shit. Something under the treasure box. Reach for it. Berman coffee. There we go. I had 30,000 bucks. And apparently a package of coffee that can't be found anywhere else in the world. Goddamn golden chocobo. Chocobo looks so happy under the sun. Chocobos in this are your favorite in the series? I mean, I love Chocobo. I love Chocobo hot and cold in this. So yeah, I totally feel you on that. Just bankrupted the town. I hope you're happy. They are really cute. Alright. Back we go, I guess. So I'm gonna go back outside of Trino and save there. I think I sure put work in during that minigame. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh no, ow. Such happy music for spiders. They just want to be friends. See, they're doing weird butt stuff with me. They're friends. Really need to stop for the night. Really need to stop. Like any true friend would. That's the mark. That's how you know, really. This is a good setup, actually. As long as I have counter equipped, I can just steal until they run out of items, and eventually they'll just kill themselves on me. Son Goku looks cold. They're making him a sweater. Bet you don't counter me. Alright, you die. Friends no more. We'll see, warm him right up. They make him a sweater. They make him a fire. Let me in. I'll pass through. Of course I do. I was just here. Huh, there was a third statue that was broken there. You can also go check on Vivi before returning town. I don't know if it'll interrupt anything. Go have a look, I suppose. As long as these things don't kill me. Oh, it's just more. It's just another spider friend. Uh-oh. I'm doing, like, 777 almost every time. I didn't on the last time. Spide frond. I actually haven't gotten tired of this music. It's really pleasant. I'm getting a little tired of fighting these guys, though. Actually, I will go save outside of Vivi's place, because if there's an actual scene there, this music might ruin it. As much as I'm enjoying this music. But if I save right outside of there, I'll remember what we're doing next time. It's a good evening to wander around and play with spider friends. Not so much for blood at this point. Everybody has ore. Everybody's just carrying around a ton of rocks. Nice trick. See, this is how you do a trick. Presto, you're on fire now. Wow, he only had a rock. That's very disappointing. Are you gonna keep stealing it? Yes, I want the rocks. They don't deserve them. They're not gonna need them. They're gonna be dead after this. Someone should appreciate those rocks. This guy's gonna put me into trance. Ah, Christ, Manic. Alright, well, you asked for this. Which is the one that, like, basically doesn't work? Or is that somebody else's trance? I'm gonna tidal flame you. Holy shit. Wear your pants. TPG, I was gonna ask you to check out any of the Steam demos for the festival. If not, one you have to try is Graven. I have not tried out any... Wait, what? That was this way. Wait, isn't it? Wait, where is it? Where's Vivi's place? Is it back in the woods? Yeah, I haven't actually tried any demos. Aesthetic blew your mind. Looks incredible. If we weren't doing a community night tomorrow night, I would probably check out some of those Steam demos. But the people who've spoken are playing Jones in the fast lane tomorrow. You need to teach Orco Gravity so you can play VVVVV. Gameplay is kind of like Dark Messiah Might and Magic, but less janky. In fact, not jank at all. Wow. something of an innovation in and of itself. I might try some demos this weekend then. Trino. Oh, okay, yeah. Quan's dwelling is back in the Forest Valley. Okay. Not jank. All right, thanks, thanks, Lister. I really appreciate that. No. Back attack. The wrong kind of butt stuff. Wow, you're really slow. You even snuck up on me. All right, there's Quan's dwelling. Okay, we're gonna save and quit here then. And next time we'll check out Quan's dwelling, see if anything's happening there. Then we'll go explore Trino, and then we'll move on with our lives. Ended the evening with 65,551 gil. Good stuff. I just have to. I'll turn the music back on just so I don't forget next time. There we go. Okay. All right. Rather productive evening, I think. I mean, we didn't produce that much content, but I was satisfied. So yeah. All right. Schedule. Why, thank you, man. You killed the blue meanie. 3.5 hours of content. Well, a big part of that was me showing you all the new games I got from Cold World Steel. And another chunk of that was the games as art in the eye of the beholder discussion we had. So yeah, hashtag content. Seriously. All right, so schedule. Tomorrow night is February community night already. I know, right? Oh, dude. Tino, what's up, buddy? Hey, bad weed. How's it going? You're just in time. I can show you this. One of my viewers decided that he did not need his old games anymore. So, I have a giant tub of N64 games I can play now and stream. And yes, these are both Zeldas. And Donkey Kong 64. And a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, Gold Zelda. I never realized this, because I never had it when I was younger. The Majora's Mask cover is actually like, it's a hologram. One of those lenticular holograms. Yeah, Perfect Dark is in there. Wipeout 64 is not in there. But obviously, this is going to prompt me to get an N64 so I can stream these, and so Wipeout 64 would absolutely be a possibility. And I also have, he also gave me all his old Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance games. So there's some cool stuff in here, including lots and lots of Pokemans. So I can actually play these now. When you get the last coffee, Alexandra side of Southgate, you can take the old man at the Watchtower. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude, I got this in the mail today. He told me he was sending it to me. But you know, it's one thing to get a list of games and be like, wow, yeah, I would totally love that. It's the other to have them in your hands. Just, you know. So exciting. So exciting. Yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff that we can stream off of that, so very exciting. But for now, for the foreseeable future, what are we doing? Say like Pokemon. Most people are wrong. So yeah, tomorrow, community night. The community has spoken. We'll be playing Jones in the Fast Lane, an old edutainment title that's apparently going to teach me what I'm doing wrong in my life. So that'll definitely fill 3 hours. Pocket monsters? On Saturday, I'm going to hook up the Switch, and we're going to go through some of the NES games that they have on the Switch online service there. Most notably, we're going to be playing Mighty Bomb Jack and Ghosts and Goblins, and yes, I'm going to cheat my lily white ass off all the way through them so that I can actually finish them. We'll be off Sunday. Monday, we'll be back on Prey, nearing the end, but not quite at the end. We'll be back on Final Fantasy IX on Tuesday, and then after that, things get a bit muddy. Because I believe Little Nightmares 2 comes out on Wednesday, and we're going to do that immediately. We may be able to do that Wednesday if it's about as big as the original was. Otherwise, it's going to be a Wednesday-Thursday thing. The Room 4 also comes out next week. I may do that on Friday, but we'll see. So yeah. Lots of new stuffs, new old stuffs, new stuffs coming in the next week or so. But for now, I gotta go the hell to sleep. I'm tired. I think I might even be too tired to continue Zelda randomizing tonight. But let me find... Oh, Echo first. When Echo Far is streaming, that's where we're going. It is a simple rule. I mean, if wouldn't have to be like this. I mean, if somebody like, I don't know, Tino or Lister were streaming right now, it's just... But not, no, God, Jesus Christ, no. Why would I do that? Holy God, Manic? Are you crazy? Are you insane? All right, guys. Thanks again for coming out tonight. I greatly appreciate, as always, you spending the time to hang out with me and play a game that you may not even be that into, talking about stuff that you may not be that into, and making a party out of it. This is a party every night. So yeah, my pleasure, listener, and my pleasure, everyone else who enjoyed it. And you know what? Even if you didn't enjoy it, I'm glad you came at it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for Jones in the Fast Lane. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.